Alright, we are streaming.
Yay!
We are currently on the starting soon screen, so there you go.
I'm on an ad.
Yeah.
What's the ad this time?
I don't know. I'm just going around the city. Oh, and there it goes. It's gone.
Hi, Roseheart. Welcome in.
The fuck?
Honestly, now half of the ads I get on here are various TurboTax ads.
That's because it's that time of the year.
That's fair. I should probably get into Roll20.
You probably should.
It's that time of the season.
How are you doing,
for
Roseheart? Thank you for being here
taxes.
yesterday. I appreciate it. I know you fell asleep, but I'm still thankful you were here. Take my meds. Absolutely. 1 second while I finish what I'm doing.
Oh wait, did the Metroid Prime remaster drop? Ayo,
What's it?
You
the
didn't,
Metroid
you didn't
Prime
know that?
remaster. I knew it was in the works, but I haven't been paying attention to it.
Really?
No, because I have like 5 games that I'm already going to be buying in like the next 2 months.
I have a game I'm going to be buying in the next
What
2 months.
game I'm buying in the next 5 months? Or this?
Uh,
Well, Wolong, which I already got. The Resident Evil 4 remaster, Final Fantasy 16, Street Fighter 6,
Let's
go, you're getting it?
and Diablo 4.
There.
Dead
Oh, yeah, that's
Island
a good
2. I'm ready for Nightingale when it comes out.
I'll have to actually finish
I'm
Dead
ready.
Island 1.
I'm ready for the new Zelda game when it comes out in May.
Yeah, that's on the wait list for now.
Hey, I pre-ordered it.
It's on my wait list because I already have a bunch of stuff I'm already buying that I'm
That's fair.
far more interested in.
That's fair.
Fighter 6. Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, that's on there.
Have there really only been 6 games in the franchise so far?
No, no.
6 major installments. Within each category, you have things like Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter 4 Championship Edition, Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition, Street Fighter 4 Ultra, Street Fighter 4 Turbo. But Street Fighter 6
It's like the
gonna be,
Kingdom
its
Hearts
major
games.
installment. No, it's like
Right.
it is still mostly the same game. It's just like the different editions have additional characters for the most part, because again, Street Fighter is predominantly a PvP multiplayer game. People play for the versus mode for the most part. Not saying everyone does, and there are also like balance changes from one edition to another.
My viewer count thing is messed up.
Street Fighter Turbo Alpha Championship Ultimate 5, but 2.
Street Fighter 4 also has more than any of the other ones, because Street Fighter 4 is, I'm pretty sure, we were in Street Fighter 4 for a very long time, like
Yeah.
8 years.
Yeah, I think 3 was the one it was trying to beat. Well, obviously that was the one right before it. And then 5 just nobody gave a shit about.
Yeah,
And
Street
you
Fighter
got
5.
And you've got Bethesda releasing Starfield at some point this year, supposedly.
Yeah, I don't care. I might care eventually, but not right now.
Fair enough. It's supposed to be Bethesda's answer to No Man's Sky. I'll believe it when I see it.
I want Bethesda's answer to fucking Elder Scrolls 6. Oh wait, that's fucking finish it.
Ultimate Guardian Master Chief on the soda in 2006. Oh, okay. So, Guardian Master Chief, Hollow 7 on DeSoda in 2077. Excuse me, it is time, guys. let's get to it.
Time to sit up.
All right, so I have a bit of news before we actually get started. We did make $595 for Learn yesterday. So I'm excited so much and thankful for you all for helping out with the Friends Against Lymphedema Day. For World Lymphedema Day, which is actually today, but we did it during the weekend so that there would be more streamers able to help us out. And I'm tired. I'm sure all of you are, but I am so thankful that we did it. Yeah.
I even went into work after the whole thing.
Yeah. Well, we went until midnight last night.
Ew, that sounds to start. That sounds. Actually, I can't really say much. I was up to like 3.
It was midnight. It was definitely midnight, and it was rough. It was very rough. Oh, you're tired as well. I'm so sorry, Roseheart. But thank you for being here. Roseheart was with us last night too. So, thank you.
Roseheart is basically always here.
I love that. I love it. But we had so many people, and it was fantastic. And as you could tell, I did change my name back because it was too long. And I tried to do it as...
That explains why I couldn't just
Yeah.
pop over via the bookmark.
Yeah. So, I changed my name back. I tried to put it as all the way to the beginning of without the TTV. That didn't work. Couldn't do it.
Yeah, because for some strange reason it doesn't let you use like the last 3 ones that you changed it to.
So I had to just add the TTV, and that's why you see it as it is. This is the permanent time. I'm not doing it again. It's a lot of mess because I have to mess with everything. I have to mess with OBS. We have to mess with stream elements. And I kind of like the way it is now. It's my name. It's my empire. And it tells you guys that I stream. So we will be sticking with that. It also goes well with all the other ones that you have seen because I do have a YouTube. It's similar to that. And it's also kind of connects with my Discord and everything else. So we are going to stick with this, and it's permanent. I'm not changing it again. Not unless somebody really messes me up. I don't know. But we are sticking with that. So that is the new news. And the fact that we are able to have made $595. That's more than enough for one pair or one compression garment, whether it be for the tummy and upper legs, or if it's for the lower legs or for the arm. At least somebody got a compression garment from that. So I appreciate that greatly. Couldn't done it without you guys. Really couldn't. So thank you.
Oh. Cool.
I'm just happy I got it up to 420.
You did. You got it to 420. And it was 420 for most of the night until we got to near the end.
I mean, it's usually 420 for a full 24 hours.
So wow. But thank you. Thank you so much. Now it is time for us to actually get into the game itself. This is Opus Trust Issues, and we have 4 of our people. I'm probably certain that Nav is either asleep, which...
If the poor man's passed out, I honestly wouldn't blame him.
I don't blame him. I don't blame him.
It happens to the best of us.
Yeah. It would have happened
mean-
to me if my husband, if I didn't get any sleep last night. There's a Credley in chat. So guys,
Oh,
yeah,
Free
where are yeah, whatever. just
Yeah, that's
yeah.
cray.
Cray.
Dilly. Yeah. It's a prehistoric one.
Can we please remove that person?
Yeah, I'm on it. I'm trying to be on. Why isn't this working?
I don't know. Anyway,
Why can't?
thank
hey,
you. Yes, you heard the best part. $595. T-Lock, thank you for your donation. So thank you so much. All right. Who is actually going to say what we've done for the last week? We did last week.
Sure, I'll kick us off. So, at the start of last session, we picked up just after clearing the first floor of the Thrall laboratory. Once picking up after we cleared out their initial security forces. We searched the first floor. There was a lot of just like mucking around, exploring, but notable events. First and foremost, Shiv jacked into a computer and saw Opus, ergo having a seizure. I believe it basically like demanded that he erase his mind, so he doesn't actually remember this event, I believe.
He does not
Correct.
remember this event. He had a choice: die or allow this to be removed.
Damn, sometimes you really just don't have a choice. Additionally, Ignis found an adamantine vault and left it to the care of Riley and Raiden, who lockpicked it open and released a cloud of poisonous gas, which fucked them both up a little bit, I believe. Or maybe just one of them. Someone took some damage from it, I recall. But in the meantime, Cormac had found an elevator and took it down to the, well, I don't think he actually took the elevator. I think he
He
jumped
did not
down
take.
shaft, right?
He shot. He
ripped-
jumped. He
He
jumped.
ripped the damn thing open and went, wee!
He pried the doors open and then jumped down to the bottom floor, finding the thralls that we were looking for, as well as a Jarl, a smaller form of a Thane, and engaged with it. They traded blows for a few combat turns, upon which the rest of the party heard the commotion, arrived, and defeated it as a group. The party met a thrall that was like up and about, as opposed to the rest of them who were all in like pest tanks, and a small girl who pleaded to be spared. The group escorted them, as well as the group of captive thralls, above ground and entrusted them to the care of Devereaux. Cormac ripped the head off of Jarl and brought it outside and showed it to a news helicopter, inciting a public panic, upon which Ignis received a call from his company's president, and Ignis stepped away from the group to go address the issues with his corporation, which is where we left off.
Awesome sauce. Yeah. Okay, so that is where we are at. Who wants to go first?
We could pick up with Ignis heading to that corporate meeting.
All right, let's go to that corporate meeting.
Alright. So, Ignis is gonna head to Ignan Industries headquarters, go to his penthouse and like clean up some of the blood, cover up the bruises with some makeup, and then go address his company as Dracul Ignis, his CEO persona.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Wait,
alias,
let me
rather.
Find your...
Both words are probably appropriate.
Where is your business? I actually made one for your business, so I gotta find it.
Well, let's go.
You
Yeah,
need
that
to
means I
start
can't say
putting
it's none
it
of my business, because it literally is.
It is your business.
It's time for Karsa to start making individual folders for everything.
No, that's not how this works.
Yeah, you can't. I don't think you can make folders on Roll20 maps, sadly.
You can't.
Oh.
You pull it out a drop-down menu, and it's just like they're all there, left to right. You just have to sort through them.
did that?
So that's annoying.
I think you can reorganize them. So like, if it's tied to like a certain player, you can type like Ignis Colin C office building.
Okay,
Like, I think you
there
can
is
organize
there
it
is
that
your
way.
office building. All right, so I got it. I found it. Bear with me, guys. I'm on 6 hours of sleep.
I can't bear with you though. I'm a person, and so are you.
But why do you have a bear with you?
Yeah, honestly, that's the real question.
You funny. All right, all right.
Every time.
I can't move my token.
You can't move your token at all. Oh, that's.
I cannot. This looks like a conference room, though.
It is. It's your conference room.
It's the biggest room on the map. Ergo, that's where the meeting is. This logic is bulletproof, just like me.
I will delete your token. Alright, so you're gonna go there. That's good. We'll have your person.
So we're fashionably late, so it's like we walk through the front door and we just stand at this side of the table.
And then flip it over.
I could. I'd probably scare my company, but that could be a plus. Nah.
You
Yeah.
I told you guys not to bother me while I'm out on business. Flip.
Right.
No, I see the building is not on fire. No one's down the floor dying. So you called me while I was out.
Nah, I get why they called me. Some
Yeah.
idiots caused a public panic by showing the head of a thing.
Yeah.
Or what people thought is a thing, but it looks very similar, so I can't blame the populace for being ignorant. Stupid mortals.
Mm-hmm.
Getting so excited over the smallest of the details.
How many people do you want to know?
I mean, they can just be like NPCs. Like, they don't even all have names. They're just different people within the company. The only one that has a name as of now is let me scroll up. Is Cadmus Caldor, who's the president of Ignite Industries, second in command. And then Beliana Numera, who would be my secretary.
Yeah.
Well, at least the secretary has an interesting name, and it's not like Francine or something.
What's wrong with the name Francine?
Francine?
What if we have a Francine out there in the audience? You throwing shade at them? You want to throw hands? You trying to get bitch slapped?
Wow.
Get him, Frankie.
Not deliberately, but it wouldn't be the first time.
Okay.
I don't think I've met a Francine. I'd actually think that was a very interesting name if I met someone named Francine.
Get him, Frankie.
Here's your secretary. So your secretary is sitting next to you. I will be moving everybody so you can see what's going on in a second. All right. Because the way this works is really weird. There we go. Not everybody's there, but most of your crew is there. You got 2 people who aren't.
That's fine. It's a meeting tapping at like fucking 12 a.m. or 1 a.m. So it's understandable that not everyone's here.
Your main,
Idiot 1,
the main
Idiot
people
3,
are
and Idiot
here.
4 aren't there.
Yeah.
I said, what time did we hit the Thorough Laboratory? We did it in the morning, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably like noon, my dude.
Yeah, never mind. This is like probably like early morning. This is peak office conference time.
Well, it happens occasionally where people just don't show up, or and then they get fired. But
Nah, they're like off-site somewhere. It makes sense.
yeah, we'll assume what you're going to assume is that you will dial them in, basically.
Well, I
They're
won't.
off-site.
My secretary will,
Yeah.
but I won't.
This meeting is happening pretty on the fly.
Yeah.
No, it's happening on the
Alright.
floor. What the fuck, dude?
They are currently
Yeah, only I can fly, so it'd be a bit awkward if it was on the fly.
all right. So
All right. So, Agnes walks through the front door. He sees the people greeted, sitting down there.
Everybody
Glad you could all
stands.
make it on such short
Sit.
notice. Uh, Unfortunately, I am assuming you have all been following the news, but we have a small public scare on our hands with the news that the Thanes might be coming to Opus.
I thought we were dealing with them in another part of the galaxy.
Well, apparently they're coming to us, which means that being the lead weapons and armors manufacturing on Opus, we need to make sure we're prepared to deal with this threat. We all agree in this matter, correct?
I would agree.
One.
That would be the person who's talking to you is Major. I'm gonna use Major Stuff. Major Stuff.
STUHF stuff.
Stuff.
It's Stoof.
Well, while he's talking, Ignis will like walk over to this like touchscreen on the table to pull up a projector of the map of Opus,
Okay.
and he'll start talking. Therefore, I believe it is most prudent for us to expand our operations. Do not worry about the cost; it will be dealt with. But I intend to increase our manufacturing chain across to the entirety of the outer circle. New factories, new warehouses, and even bring in some infrastructure to the area. I would like for this to be dealt with within the next few weeks, so we can get production up and running as soon as possible.
And where do you plan on having these new places?
Ignis will input a few locations onto the overlay, which will circle various buildings or empty lots around the outer circle. I don't think it's necessarily prudent to like mark them in actuality. It's like
Right.
they are nebulously there. I don't want to like pull up the world map and start
But
circling like individual buildings.
which spokes are you looking at doing?
All of them.
All of them.
Yes. I believe that the outer circle is our greatest opportunity to gain relatively cheap labor. Most of the people in the outer circle are rather destitute, looking for work, and we can pay them the least amount of money to do it. Factory work's also. It's not exactly skilled labor.
So we're gonna probably need to have a PR out there, and we're gonna need, because to make you look good and make this work, we're gonna want to do something a little bit more for the lower end to make them seem like they're getting a hand up.
I mean, they are. We're bringing them jobs, bringing them benefits.
So, at what percentage are you wanting to pay the lower end of the people?
We can certainly give them fair wages.
Okay.
Not. At the end of the day, we're doing this to help Opus. We want our workers to be working productively and happily. It's not like we want them begrudging going to work and doing a half-assed job on their duties. At the end of the day, we all have to band together to defend ourselves against the threat of the Thanes.
Mm-hmm. So...
the biggest expenditure will probably be hiring security forces to protect these new locations. A lot of the outer circle is, unfortunately, rather torn by violence from either inter-gang violence or even just upstarts who are likely to oppose a corporate expansion. But
there has been a lot of unrest lately.
Yes. I will be taking care of that on my own. I'm probably going to outsource that with likely to be my own capital. So that'll be something I'll hash out myself over the next few days.
All right. Well, this looks like an adventure and expense, but if you
It will
think we
be.
can do it,
If I didn't think we would do it, I wouldn't come to this meeting preparing to say that we are.
and what about our competitor,
Ah,
FN?
FN Industries.
Yes.
That is an interesting topic of conversation. I suspect that there will be a council meeting within the near future, within the coming weeks, to discuss that very topic. They are bombing the city. Their warehouses seem to be exploding by the drove. So whoever they pissed off seems intent on destroying them, which is beneficial for us, I suppose. At the end of the day, if our main competitor exits the stage, that leaves way for us to more or less do whatever we want with the market. Ideally, I would like to acquire their assets, but based upon the response they have garnered from some terrorist organization, probably prudent to not do so.
It'd probably be better to let them fry than for us to
Yeah.
take their assets.
Yeah. Let them crash and burn, and we can settle the records afterwards.
Yeah. That makes sense. Excuse me. So, one of your scientists speaks up, Belly Fontaine. Bella Fontaine. And since we're going to be increasing our levels, are we going to go more into a different type of realm? Maybe into what FN used to get into, which is basically making sure that the soldiers become stronger, better with whatever way they do it, like armor and stuff.
Are you proposing that we breach into cybernetics or the biotech that they've been experimenting with?
Well, we could breach into the cyber tech, but if we were going to do biotech, we might want to hire a few more scientists because we don't have the capacity or understanding of that yet.
I'll probably pass. We have our specialty. We know what we do and we do it well. I think we'd rather focus on that for the time being.
So cyber tech it is.
Well, guns and munitions.
Guns and munitions, no cyber tech. Okay.
Sure, we could hulk people out on cybernetics, but ultimately I think it's more to our advantage to just focus on taking people who will likely be run-of-the-mill people, and rather than running a slew of expensive and questionably ethical experiments upon them, just give them big guns and give them good armor and send them out into the field.
All right. We will see. Perhaps we can offer an idea up to you for the next meeting in dealing with the armor.
Wonderful. I shall look forward to that then. Any additional questions?
No.
Alright. Wonderful. Meeting's adjourned. And it is at this point that over the course of however long you want this to take, I'll be spending an effort, committing an effort for the day to use the activated section on Inexhaustible Horde. This is a gift that allows me to perform a purchase of up to wealth 10 magnitude.
That's huge.
It really is, and we'll be using it for all it's worth.
Yeah.
In that this will be funding my influence change of, let's tab to it real quick, to expanding Ignite Industries' manufacturing chain to the entirety of the Outer Circle, erecting new factories, warehouses, and infrastructure throughout Opus's outer ring, providing the otherwise destitute capitalists with steady jobs. This would, my assumption, you are free to tell me if I am wrong, the scope of this change would be a full ring, which is 4 base.
Yes.
I imagine there would be no resistance since this is a corporation acting within its normal scope. And
Nope, you're wrong.
There would
What?
be resistance.
From me.
Not just that, but you've got a couple of factions, including the universities and the librarians, that try to be neutral parties.
Here's the thing. I'm not stopping the entirety of the outer circle because there's no fucking way I can pull that off. I can't physically do it, but
I mean, there's no rules in system for PCs opposing one another, unfortunately. But
Right.
if Godbound are shutting down other people's Godbounds, like then we're all spending at +8 or +6. It's tenable.
I'm specifically just stopping it in Zone 7, so that's it.
I mean, fine, I guess.
I mean, I'm actually gonna flavor it more as like I'm doing an influence project just to keep people from taking the job in Zone 7. How about that? Go with that instead.
Sure. I would still. I feel like I would still be able to outsource it to people from other rings though, or from other spokes.
That's fine.
Yeah, you can touch all the other spokes. It's just somehow Zone
No, it's
7 is going to be your bane of existence.
Fair enough. So I'll have the locations. It's like it will cost more to run it because people in Spoke 7, Outer Spoke 7, will not work the jobs. It will have to be people from other spokes working those jobs, which means they're traveling across the city. It's going to be slower or whatnot, essentially.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's going to effectively be more expensive.
But the reason I imagine there's no resistance because, like, if the public is scared about an existential threat such as the Things, they should want to assist someone who's trying to defend them.
Well, you have prime opportunity since they just saw the Thane head.
Exactly.
So,
And I imagine the multiplier would be plausible because this is
it
corporations do
is
this all the time.
plausible, but impossible or whatever in zone or in a spoke 7.
I don't know if I'm making it impossible. Implausible would probably be the
Implausible
picking it up there.
in spoke 7.
Alright, that's fine. I will stay out of Spoke 7 then in that case.
Basically, like you started building, and then you started getting a bunch of protests about exploitation from corporations.
I mean, hey, if Detroit doesn't want the automobile industry to come save their asses, who am I to argue?
They're also saying no to the war economy.
Well, yeah, that would be a final cost of scale 4, which can be covered by 10 wealth. Exactly, actually.
Mm-hmm. So it will take you a good portion.
This is what Ignis is doing for probably the next week, if not longer.
Okay, all right. We can work with that. Anything else?
I do have other things I want to do with Dominion and Influence, but I think for now it'd be better to move on to someone else for a little bit.
All right, who's next?
I can jump in for part of it.
All right, where are we going to?
I don't really have a scene, but for the Dominion, is really what I was going with.
All right, I'm gonna go back to our city, so everybody sees the city, so that they understand where Spoke 7 is. That is basically if this is a circle-like thing. You have the spoke is a wedge, and so the outer level of spoke 7 is where we are talking to Cormac. All right, Cormac, let's go. Let me change the other. I don't know why that's not changing. That should have changed. You know, today has just not been my day with technology. interact. Bring this back. There we go. Alright, so, Spoke 7 was the one that is up north near the water area. The river. The Rad River. Alright, let's go.
Oh, somebody finally removed it. Aw.
So
It's forever called the Rad River. Okay.
So, basically, the idea I wanted to float, this is going to get even funnier, pun intended, moving on, is Cormac is going to attempt, through the use of passion and endurance, basically to get the people involved, and then make, through the use of his own endurance gifts, allow them to basically work tirelessly to put up a water filtration system to basically make it so the lower sides of Spoke 7 have clean drinking water in perpetuity.
Oh, wow. Considering that hasn't happened in ages. They always are drinking regular drinks but not drinking water because you don't want to drink from the water.
Because everybody knows what's been in the water, what goes in the water, what gets fished out of the water.
Yeah. So Spoke 7 is going to get filtration system. Excellent.
Yeah, and I think this should cost 2 because I'm not doing a whole spoke or even a whole circle.
That's 2.
And then I was figured it was implausible. All right, and then afterward, I'm gonna basically commit 1 influence so that people hand it out, so that it's also basically getting distributed for free.
Oh, wow. Nice. Okay. So you're committing 1 influence for proper water for Spoke 7. Nice. I like it. Anything else?
That's pretty much it for the Dominion influence. Like, I can handle my scenes later because they're gonna happen later in the time frame, I guess. I mean, we're gonna be jumping around. So at some point, Cormac's going to he and Kaya, his wife, are going to go have a meal with her grandfather, who's one of the masters at the Four Elements Temple.
You also have another situation happening. Do you remember the doctor?
Oh, right, derp. Yeah, we deal with that first.
Yeah.
The meeting with Devereaux.
Yes, the player
a call
forgot.
from the doctor.
The player forgot. The character did not.
But there will be a meeting coming up as well.
So much ado, and
We can just jump to that because that's would literally be the next thing that would happen.
All right, let's do this mind's eye. Be easier. All right, so we would be meeting which spoke? Spoke 7 still?
Yeah, because I don't want to make it too far away from Devereaux's place so she can get the thrall, whose name I forgot.
Well, she's in Spoke 5. She's always been in Spoke 5.
Oh, yeah, then we'll do it in Spoke 6, meet in the middle.
Cool. Right where she's already at. Alright, she takes you back to where the winery is, if you remember that correctly. And she has one of the thralls with her. Particularly that thrall that was with the young kid.
Oh, I thought she was bringing another one. Alright, that's fine. Either way.
Because he wants to say something.
All right. Oh, we meet up at the shawarma place.
Mm-hmm. And
Get everybody
it's
inside.
Dr. Shayna.
That was Sonya.
Sonia.
Am I fucking that up the whole time?
Dr. Sonia. It's Dr. Sonia. Okay. Believe me, I'm exhausted. Alright, so we are all there. Your wife is there with you? Right? Or no?
No, she's going with to the Four Elements Temple, not here.
Okay. Well, when you get there, you see Liz, the thrall that had the kid with him, and the kid, because the kid decided to come with, the scientist, and yourself. We're all here.
Yep. I'd look at Deborah and be like, why'd you bring the kid?
She refuses to go without him. Or refuses to let him go. She will not stay where she's supposed to be without him.
It's okay, whatever. Oh,
He wanted to speak to this one that's with you. Do that. Okay. Alright. Yeah.
okay. Well, Miss Sonia, Mr. Sonia, forgot you're married. This is somebody who's been helping the thralls. Unless she tells you her name, I'm not going to. And he gestures to Devereaux.
Just call me
And-
Liz.
This man here, he gestures to the thrall, is a thrall that got freed recently. Actually, got freed yesterday.
I am Ituus. This child here is the one who I helped, and she has not wanted to leave my side. The lady looks at you like, and at the thrall, and says, "Where did you find them?"
I think you already know that answer.
Not really. I kind of went in hiding for 2 days.
They were at your work. Yes, the lab you worked at, that's where they were. You telling me you've never seen that particular thrall anywhere there?
No.
Have you ever been to the lower level of the lab?
No.
That would explain some things.
I was always in the basement, but not in the lower level.
Yes. I'm assuming you've seen the news.
Yes. Things?
No. Apparently, people just don't listen to the guy who killed one.
Well, I think more along the lines, you throw something up like that and people are not sure what to think.
Well, oh well. The main point was I needed them to understand that the corporations don't have their best interests in mind. That's really all I care about. And if that is a thing, then I'm not too worried about them. Look at Deborah. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. I went toe to toe with one by myself for a good solid 5 minutes.
Wow.
I really don't care about these guys anymore.
What about the Thanes or about?
The things. Because either this is a fake one, to which the fake ones aren't that big of an issue, or it was a real one, at which point the real one's that big of an issue.
The one you said was a small one does not compute.
I mean, it was still 18 feet tall, so what are the other ones, 30?
24.
Oh no, 6 foot difference. So I gotta run. Big deal.
You gotta run.
What's the difference? A good 6 feet. So like the one he saw stuck in that alleyway.
No, that one was the same size as the one in the lab.
Yeah.
It was the same one even.
No, it was a different one.
Oh, it was a different one? Never mind.
Yeah,
we
first
we
thing
never
about the-
hang on.
the reason-
We never confirmed one way or the other, so I'm not saying.
Yeah.
But Karsa said the reason that one was there was because it was literally physically stuck.
No, it just couldn't get out the door. But you know how you fix that? You widen the door.
Exactly.
You know what? That's fair.
Anyway.
It was just cheaper to leave it there as a bodyguard than actually try to get it out. But you see, now that there are people running around breaking their shit, they may decide it's worth it to get it out.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Suddenly a giant robotic sentinel shows up.
it too looks at you.
Birthday?
Sorry.
The thrall.
You too. The thrall. I know you wanted another
That's
to
a big
come,
dude.
but I wanted to share the fact that I was willing to help this little girl. However, I am not willing to lose my freedom. Liz looks over at Itu and says, "You're not going to lose your freedom. But the little girl, we need to find out where her family is, and we need to let her go home. If she has a home." The scientist looks at, "All right, you have convinced me. This is not a joke. This is true. I have never gone into the bottom part of the building. Never did. I was always at the top, and I was only there for 3 weeks. What do you want from me?" And she's looking at you, Cormac.
What I want for you? Nothing. I just wanted you to see that you've been lied to.
I have been lied to.
That's all I care about. If you want to try to find a way to help, I'll gesture over to Liz. She's the one to talk to.
If you really want to help, I could use some pair of hands to help with the many that came in yesterday. Making sure that they are safe and healing well, and I could use a pair of hands to help with that. She looks at you and then she looks at Liz. It seems that I have to make a choice.
Yes, and, well, I guess I do have another option if you don't want to, quote-unquote, work against the corporations. There are doctors out there in the lower the lower rings that try to help as many people as they can with limited resources and for very little payment. Be upfront about that. I could put you in touch with one of them.
All right. That would be more. Well, I don't know how long you guys have been working with thralls.
Me? Never.
I could help in both. But I do have to worry about my daughter.
You tell me where she's at, I can bring her here.
She'd be in school right now.
Okay, well, where do you live? Because I'm not going to break her out of a school.
I'm in Spoke 4. Or not Spoke 4, Spoke 8. Spoke 8. She was in Spoke 8.
No, I'm messing with you, I understand.
Spoke 8. Because, yeah. We live in Spoke 8. In the middle. But if I work with you all, I definitely can't go back to work.
Well, yes.
What is to say they will not come after me and my daughter?
Well, here's the thing. You set up near me, and that's going to be very difficult. Also, Liz is pretty good at keeping people under the radar. I also happen to know somebody who could probably generate you 2 new identities.
I think we're gonna have to.
Very well. You decide whether you want to be in 7 or 5. 5, you'd be closer to Liz. 7, you'd be closer to me. Closer to Liz, you'd be closer to doing your work. But if you're closer to me,
How about this?
I look at Liz and I smile. You're gonna have an increased magnitude of safety.
And she's she's interested in this, smiling. What if I help with the thralls that are here now, and then I move to Spoke 7?
We have quite a few. I believe we're up to 24.
I noticed. Not I noticed. Liz says yes, 24.
I think, in all honesty, I believe they're gonna need education more than anything else. I look at E2, who, while he understands and can speak English, it sounds like he's speaking at like
he's speaking
a 4th
at
or 5th grade level.
Yeah, he's not speaking it normal. I'm having a hard time because of last night. I'm really still tired. He should be speaking in minor sentences, like really minor.
No, I get that. Well, it's coming across like he's very childlike, which
he is.
That makes sense. Yeah. When he was just like, I want to help, but I don't want to lose my freedom. It's like those aren't mutually exclusive.
So, yeah. If somebody could help us at least change our names.
Easy. Well, easy for somebody I know.
I'll help out with the thralls.
I send a text to Shiv. I get back new IDs in 30 seconds.
I'll help with the thralls.
No,
I feel obligated
you
to
have
do
it
so.
like 20. You have it within like 25, and you hear basically the sound of everything whirring within like a mile. Changing it in everything.
What? What did you just say?
You don't get it back within like 30 seconds. You get it back within 25, and the data's already expunged from everywhere else.
Wow.
And I just look outside, take the cards from the courier. That was already on his way somehow.
Hey, we can actually tie that in by turning back the clock a little bit.
Okay, we will do that in a minute.
But yeah, I'll hand the new IDs, one for her and one for the kid. There.
Thank you.
Time does your daughter get out of school? Because I'm not.
There's a line he won't cross, and it's
2
crazy.
hours.
Yes, because if I break into a school, inevitably somebody's gonna try to fight me, which means they're gonna die, and I don't want to do that.
In
Not in a
2
school.
in 2 hours.
Well, if you break into the house and just sit on the couch like a creep until she walks to the front door.
No, we're not doing that either. But I'll look at. So yeah, all right. But to get your daughter to trust me, I'm going to need something, either a phrase between the two of you, or something that I can show her that would let her know I came from you.
We always had a phrase because you never know what people are out there. And since we're not from here, actually. We're not from Opus.
Ooh, somebody who knows about the outer worlds.
Tell her that the mermaids are on their way.
Okay. I'll also need a picture. Wait, no, I just look at the ID. I'm like, shit, I never sent him a picture of your daughter. How did he get this? I'm starting to question. Korak looks at his phone. Shiv, I know you're listening. You gotta knock that off.
You just hear the sound of a call being dropped.
All right.
And then it starts up again. Sorry.
No, you're not. If I find out you're listening on my phone again, you've seen what I can do. That's where I'm gonna leave it.
You get a text that says, "Fair enough."
You'll turn into the best goddamn nightlight there ever was and make sure you can't sleep. Stands around you 24/7 in full luminescence.
Which I could do because I never sleep.
Exactly.
But yeah, after the meeting, Korak will go and pick up his bike, which is in Spoke 1 because he left it there because he didn't want to risk going back to it while the cops were searching the area.
Okay. I am removing these guys.
Yep. So we're gonna jump on the L train, go and get his bike.
So not only do you have to go all the way back to Spoke 1, but then you've got to go all the way back to Spoke 7, right?
Yeah. Well, Spoke 8 is in between 1 and 7.
Yeah.
Right. I can math.
It's not really math.
It's mapping.
It's mapping.
Okay, as Karsa can tell you from Saturday, I have got a very bad sense of direction sometimes.
It's literally
Well,
a picture.
If you're trying to do math to do your cartography, then yeah, I can get why.
Fair
But yeah,
enough.
we'll pick up the bike.
Ah, shit. I forgot how to get to the fucking Dollar General that's like 3 streets over. Quick Google, what's 2 plus 3?
Well, for me it'd be Siri, but all right.
Close enough.
All right. So basically, here's what's going on. They went back with Liz. She took the scientist. You're gonna go pick up her daughter.
Yep.
And then bring to Liz, and Liz will give them an apartment up above for the time being while they're working with the thralls. Then they will slowly move over to Spoke 7.
All right. Well, we're gonna get this. We're gonna get this introduction done out of the way. So once Korak gets her daughter back after using the phrase, probably the first time she's ever been on a bike going more. Korak starts to go over the speed limit and is like, "Wait, this is a bad idea," and then doesn't.
It's a kid. The kid's kind of scared. Where are we
Yep.
going? Where are we going?
Actually, no.
Stranger danger! Stranger
Nope.
danger!
kid's not scared. Commit effort for part of the alliance.
Yay!
Courageous kid.
Woo!
Commit effort for the seed as instant action to share fear immunity with all allies with 100 yards.
All right, she is no longer in fear. This is not a good thing, and it's not a bad thing either. So, yeah, she's flying high now.
Yep, and that's when we go over the speed limit.
Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads. Rides up a wall.
No, it's not even that. It's
It's like a
good
roller
laws
coaster.
appear to be ignored.
It's like a roller coaster now. All right,
Yep.
so you bring the kid.
Yep, and then I immediately go and drag Shiv downstairs and be like, "This is the guy who got you new IDs. You're probably gonna be near him for a while. Yes, he looks weird. Yes, he looks like he's just got out of prison. Yes, he might be slightly unhinged. But if he does anything, you let me know, and then I flick him in the air."
And he goes flying 30 feet.
No, I don't have might. It just hurts as you get
Oh.
a static shock.
Ooh.
Oh,
I had
he's
a
a shot. He's a nightlight and a shot collar.
Yeah,
Yep.
I had a feeling you were going to need me for something, so I figured may as well help.
Yeah, the listening in, you gotta knock that off.
Oh, sorry. He takes your phone for a moment, just looks at it, hands it back.
I highly recommend you don't do that to the others, because if they find out that at least 2 of them won't be as nice as me.
Well, you're the only one actively blowing shit up.
Wait, what?
The crater in the road?
The scientist is looking at you and
Oh.
saying,
That wasn't a bomb. I didn't blow it up. I sank it.
He just face palms.
I think she goes with,
I mean, the scientist lady already knows this.
She was there.
she was there, yeah.
The kid, on the other hand.
Oh no, like the kid still has a fear immunity, and Korvac will kneel down and be like, "Oh, don't listen to him. He's a crazy man."
Okay.
I work on and in the computer lab upstairs, presently turning it into a business.
Okay.
Did they need to know that?
No, but I'm going to expand eventually.
Okay,
I'm thinking free Wi-Fi for the area.
not a bad idea.
Why is that a bad idea?
I said it's not a bad idea.
Oh, I didn't hear the knot. You got cut off a little.
Uh,
Discord is being Discord.
Oh. So the child says, "Where's mom?"
Oh, she should be coming down.
And
And then
then,
I'll text Liz. You got back, right?
yeah, we're actually
Okay.
down someplace where you've never been.
Oh.
Shiv just looks over and sees.
No.
things like, oh.
He says that, and Korvac goes the wrong way. Oh. All right, we'll keep the kid for a few minutes while you guys finish up.
Okay.
Oh God!
That's 2 peach emojis.
Oh,
no,
Jesus.
no, no, no,
No,
no, no, no, no, no.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry.
I'll
It would be
back. Over.
hold on. It would be peach emoji, scissor emoji, peach emoji.
No. Why? No, it's because of her. You know, she probably has a hideout, and that's where the thralls were taken to. And they're in their hideout. She's in that hideout, preparing, showing the lady around.
I suppose at this point Shiv just chosen there because while he doesn't trust the idea of showing everybody the place, I think Cormac is right now one of the only people who doesn't know about it.
No, actually, it's Ignis who doesn't know about it.
Is
Cormac-
down on the ground? Literally?
Cor-
I don't know.
Korvac assumed she had one, but he's never been there because
Yeah.
he never trusted him.
Also, let's face it, Karsa, you
Beginning-
gave him low-hanging fruit. For the dirty joke.
All
Oh yeah, it was peaches. We've already gone over this.
right. Mm. Grr. All right, guys. So basically, what happens is that after a few minutes, she comes from the back room. You've seen her go through that back room, but she also brings that lady with her. And then that is not the way up. That's the way down. um,
I mean, it's a ladder, so it goes both ways.
no, well, it's not exactly a ladder either.
Well,
Ramp,
apparently Deborah
staircase.
goes both ways.
Sigh.
No. So she walks in, and the little girl goes straight to her, and then Liz and them, Sonia thanks you, and Liz then takes both of them upstairs to their new apartments. And then, is there anything else that's going on? She'll come back
Shiv
down
looks
in
at
a
him-
minute.
So Shiv looks at him and then states the complete and utter obvious. So the meeting went well, I assume.
Well, as well as I thought it could go. She didn't try to go back, so I'll take that.
You know what? That's fair enough.
And he'll stop Shiv. Here's the thing. I want to take out the corporations by any means necessary, but I know not everyone wants to fight. So I'm never going to force people to fight that don't want to.
Yeah, you'd have a hard time convincing a couple of the spokes to fight.
No. Okay. You went way more macro than I was talking, but sure.
Well, there's the librarians and the university professors. They aren't liable to fight. Unless
Yes.
you really piss them off.
You misunderstand what I mean by fight. There's more ways to fight than physically.
That's fair.
As I bring up, and I'm like, you've already started to fight non-physically by making the IDs.
True enough. That's the point of an underground. You have plenty of resources that you can. You know, at this point, I can't say exploit because we're all doing this of our own volition.
That's the point. Well, except for Riley. Technically, it's her own volition by the fact that she wants money.
I mean, money is good. Money puts you above a lot of people.
Yeah, until you realize that a house built on paper doesn't stand.
Well, yeah, that's why you build it on gold instead.
Yeah, but then it melts. What the fuck are you talking about?
Then it melts. It conducts you
The dragon
What
chimes
was that?
in. Yeah, paper's dumb.
Build it on solid.
We've been using
Just
credit
out of
cards for
nowhere.
5 millennia.
And just
Yes, but
out
I
of
can't say
nowhere-
when you build something on bitcoins and it collapses because it never got built to begin with.
I love the imagery of just like them talking, and then just like some notification just goes off on one of your guys' phone about the gold thing.
Unfortunately, I do not have divination.
Yeah.
It would be funny as shit though.
Wait, have the power to make it technically make it happen if he doesn't want to roll a save.
All right. But I think we could end the scene here as Cormac walks out, begrudging the fact that he now has to go shopping for new clothes.
And maybe maybe a bottle of wine to bring his father-in-law.
I told you to stop listening, and he doesn't drink.
Oh, that was out of character. You said that you were bringing your character.
Let's keep
Yes, that's
this-
what the new clothes are for.
Oh, you're not gonna try.
Hey. I have a very important question.
Yeah.
We have a very important answer.
Is it the soup store?
What?
What? All right, we're moving on. We're moving
I was
on.
asking if he was shopping for clothes at the soup store.
I don't think Campbell's has my size. We can cut over to somebody else. I've been on screen for a while.
All right.
I gotta find the original video to share.
Let's go ahead with Raiden. What are you doing with yours today? What are you doing? I mean, you were given the opportunity to level up. What are you doing?
I didn't level up because I'm saving it. Obviously.
You're saving it. Okay.
I mean, you've still got the influence and dominion.
Yeah.
Yeah. You do.
What's
I
the
mean,
Dominion do again?
Here's the thing. You use Dominion to like affect permanent changes. Well, permanent with an asterisk.
Still like semi-permanent-ish.
No, that's more around the influence. Dominion is permanent until somebody else with Dominion comes up and tries to knock it down. That's why it's permanent with an asterisk.
Okay.
It is
I
permanent
don't-
for probably as long as you're alive, because if a Godbound comes over and tries to fuck with your Dominion expenditure, well, go kick his ass.
I don't think
Uh,
spending
Here's the
it
thing.
yet would be good because
No,
I can't.
hang on. You have to go to level 2.
Oh, you have to spend the Dominion.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, like I said, Shiv's going to be using his for free Wi-Fi for basically the what's Pokemon again?
I mean, if you don't want to spend it, if you want to save it, you can kick yourself back to level 1.
Well, I mean, can I use it now for like a future event?
You could
Or does
start
it- wait,
up on
hold
that
on.
future event.
What do you mean? What do you want to
Like-
do? Because there may be a
Starting
outcome
on,
of this where I tell you no.
Yeah.
starting on like opening up the factory and all that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
easy.
You
Actually,
could
if if you're just doing just one building, 2 is more than enough.
It's
Literally,
the
it-
factory slash
you'd ha-
workshop that I'm going to do because that's also where the idea of actually building the mech is going to take place.
Oh, that'll cost a lot more, but what you can do is you can do it as like a multi-tier project.
Yeah, that's the idea. Like, first is like I can also build stuff for you guys. The mech comes later.
We can go into artifacts later because none of us have enough dominions for that to matter.
We have the Dominion, and we also don't have Celestial Shards.
Which,
No, I'm talking
Part-
about like you want a new motorcycle, got you.
yeah, that's what we're getting at. If you just want to like take that workshop and expand it out to, make it so you could probably have like a couple hundred workers. Dude, you
And
only
it
need one-
also starts increasing my own wealth as well.
Don't worry about that part.
Wealth is not an issue in this game as
Well,
much as
Well, the thing that's
much. What?
But what I'm getting at is like by doing that, there's not a way for you to have like a permanent incoming thing of wealth unless you're the god of wealth or a fucking dragon.
That's fair.
Because
looks up at Ignis.
because basically what one wealth coincides with, at least in the other book, is like the wealthiest merchant in a small village. So to kick that into like modern terms, that's a dude who's making like 6 figures right out of college.
for context, it's
Gotcha.
like the other thing is like wealth is really just like an outlet to like basically do influence projects. So it's like
Without expanding the influence.
Yes and no. If you spend wealth on an influence project, like you get that initial thing, but it becomes easier to counter because once the wealth is spent, it's not counted as being part of that project if somebody wants to push back on it again afterward.
Okay. I mean, like I said, the whole idea is actually doing like working on getting the factory up and all that.
yeah, that
That was my
honestly you
whole
can do
idea.
that for one Dominion.
Yeah.
Or one influence. Honestly, you can do it with either or.
I'll do it with a Dominion because that's what I have to do to level up, right?
Well, yeah,
Yep.
but and if you spend Dominion on it, like it never goes into disrepair. All the tools are where you need them to be. They don't break.
Doing
Yeah.
Dominion.
Nah.
Now, if we want to kick it up to 2, so you can actually go to level 2, you can instead expand it into like a factory complex.
Wait, so free Wi-Fi would only require 1 Dominion?
No, that's implausible. That's why it's 2.
Ah, fair enough.
What he's doing is something that's plausible. He's just making a new. Actually, we can kick it into implausible by saying that like the shit never breaks down, the building never wears down, tools don't go missing, they're always where you need them to be.
Goddamn 10 mil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm sorry. If you're trying to make it so you can have the 10 millimeter socket wrench on hand at all times, that's an impossible. That's a ×4.
It would be though.
Okay,
But yeah,
that's it, clipped. I'm sorry.
So for 2 Dominion, you can basically make basically like a dock-sized factory warehouse, which is fucking huge, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
You
And
do
I
so I
could
can
also
flip it
do a
out having to plug
workshop.
in the
Factory/workshop on the inside as well.
Yeah, and like we kick up the extra Dominion cost by saying like the equipment never wears down, never breaks, the tools are where you need them to be, they never break,
And that
go
would be a
out.
3 at that point?
2.
Okay.
Because like just expanding the building outwards, because like you got to remember, 1 Dominion roughly coincides with something on the scale of 1,000 people.
Oh shit.
So
Yeah.
Jacob is gonna ask you, how did you get all that money?
That's the thing. You don't do it with money because you have the word of engineering. You literally just build this shit.
Yeah. I can literally just build anything I want.
Yes, but Jacob doesn't know that. Jacob thinks.
Because simply I can just do this. And then here I just walks over to a bench, starts tinkering for like 5 minutes, and then poof.
I
new gun.
made the clip. I sent it to your husband.
Oh no.
Well, I named the clip XD, the running gag.
About
the 10 millimeter.
the tin. Okay, yeah, that's impossible.
Yeah, for those who don't know, there are 2 running gags across Karsa and her husband's games. One of them is the Pinto. Everybody's favorite car from 4.
Can you do
Also-
that to the Pinto? Because that's
that-
exactly what Jacob says. Can you do that to the Pinto?
You know what? Just for shits and giggles, can I spend 1 Dominion to actually make it work?
If you want to. But that will definitely get you to your 2 Dominion.
I'll be at 3 Dominion at that point.
You can
Yeah.
only... 2.
Yeah, we only have 2, unfortunately.
2.
Oh, for some reason it's saying I've got 3.
But your factory is now perfect.
You should have 3 influence but 2 Dominion.
Yeah.
Okay.
How do I spend the Dominion? Do I just...
No, you got to go down to the bottom where it says projects, and you have to put in a project.
Do I get 3
And get
effort
it
now?
accepted.
Yes, you have 3 effort, 3 influence, and 2 Dominion.
Okay.
Project name. Free
I mean-
Wi-Fi for area.
Also, Ryan's gonna point to his car. I also got that thing flying now too.
No way.
It only goes backwards, but...
No, not the Pinto. His car.
Oh.
Oh.
The Javelin.
Alright. If you did, let's go on a trip. Let's go. Let's go see how this drives.
Blam! Right into a flying yacht.
No, that's only relevant if the car doesn't have a roof.
Ready? Let's go.
So that he's actually gonna go with him. Yeah.
So
But no, what made me laugh was like, God damn it, because the yacht thing. That only happens when Raiden specifically chooses to fly himself, not the car.
So you're not gonna hit any yachts this time?
No.
You sure?
You tap a yacht. Wee, why are there cops up here?
No, because I just imagine it. It's like the yachts are flying higher than the cars can, and Raiden can, since Raiden has his own wings, he can fly at any altitude. And then just without realizing it, it just smacks the bottom of a yacht with his head. I'm like, God damn it! That's the way like the imagery popped in my head. It's like the fact that, like, kind of like think of it like Coruscant in Star Wars, where like they had like cars in there only go like to a certain height, and then you have the spaceships. Raiden can go at any of those heights because if he were to actually use the wings to fly.
I mean, the cars can technically go higher. It's just been shown never to end well.
Huh?
I mean, you get what I mean though. with
Yeah.
All right, so Jacob and you are heading up into the skies for the first time in this. What does this car look like?
I
What's
send you a picture.
inside
I
and out?
can't exactly
Well, just
say it on stream because it's a classic muscle though.
Is it a DeLorean?
No,
Oh.
it's a muscle. I said, not a sports.
so you chose a muscle car.
For a muscle car.
Wait, the DeLorean was a sports car?
Yeah. You didn't know that?
All right, where did you send
No,
this?
because
Because I don't see it. And what I'm asking you is just say, what does the car look like for the rest of the people that are in this stream?
Well, paint job on it's gonna be black with a white racing stripe down the middle. That's purely something that I always do with a muscle, like for like video game stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was a bizarre discussion I just had.
I think technically I can actually pop this in. It's more of a mod, so I should be able to get away with it. I think.
Anyway, yeah. So you're flying in the air, and Jacob's there.
So what I'll do is I'll just screen.
And you're going pretty fast. And he kind of tells you, you might want to slow down just a bit. Just a bit.
It's fine.
My eyes are...
If they slow down, oh God!
And he acts like your dad and going, don't take that! Don't go that direction!
Not that fast! Brake! Brake!
Right?
And then
this
I'm
is
just
like
gonna like slam on the brake midair. Look, do you want to drive?
No, it's your car. It's your car.
No. That's what he answers back. No, I want to pilot. You don't drive a fucking flying thing. Move.
But yeah, I didn't realize that the DeLorean was supposed to be a sports car. Because I know it's a fun bit of trivia that it actually can't reach 88 miles an hour on its own.
Anyway, back to what we were saying. So, he's basically doing what my husband does to my daughter.
Yeah, parents are not the best driving instructions, just in general.
Actually, I think it's illegal in some areas to have your parent drive or to teach their kid.
In some states, yes, but in a lot of them, no.
But it is possible. So after a while, after you say, hey, do you want...
You know that would be the imagery for the car. If you
Okay,
wanna
so
actually
it's an
do that.
orange kind. It
It's
it seriously almost seems like
It's supposed
you're
to be
talking
black
about,
with a white stripe.
was it Hazard?
Dukes of
of
Hazzard.
Dukes of Hazzard. It's kind of like that, only it's in black with a stripe. Okay.
Well, I'll be back. I need
Got
to
it.
use the restroom.
A bit. I mean, it's definitely not like a Charger.
Mm-hmm. So you're heading in the skies. You're kind of getting yelled at by Jacob, and then Jacob feels like his heart is gonna go out. Just like, you're gonna make me retire quicker than I want to. Okay, all right, you win. You managed to get this going. Good job.
Oh, that's one of the things off the goal list.
What else did you do? I
Oh,
mean,
what the?
you could just make things happen.
I am sorry. The kitten just decided to jump at my TV.
Oh. So,
Give me a moment.
okay. He scared himself in disguise.
No, it's legit just my kitten.
You,
The kitten
you
we have
almost you
decided
almost
to-
hit another car because of the cat. That's what's happening.
That's fair.
It's a cat that is yeah.
That we got because of the other one we had, and
Anyway,
it was watching my computer mouse, I guess, and it decided to try to take a jump up the TV.
okay. So, um Jacob basically says, "You are definitely different than before. I don't know what more I can teach you if you can just do things out of thin air."
Well, being able to teach me versus all that, it's one thing I will say I've always appreciated.
So you don't mind me still teaching you.
No,
Alright.
it's like I said, it's something I have appreciated and will continue to appreciate.
As long as you take my instruction and make it work for you. I still,
You know damn well I will, old man.
well, this place is gonna be yours when I'm gone. So, let's start making it work then. If you can do things like that, let's make this place yours. And we'll keep doing this. What else are you wanting to do to our shop?
Well, I'm thinking of possibly moving it to a bigger location, if that's okay with you.
Well, yeah. I can always keep
And
my mom and pa.
by bigger location, I mean we're gonna have workers. Like you're gonna officially have more people.
I'm gonna be teaching more.
More or less running a bigger business, if that makes sense.
How are you gonna hire these workers?
I can find ways.
How
Trust me.
big are you thinking?
Well, you remember that lot that, or not really lot, but well, let's see here. You remember that building in? Because we're thinking of actually possibly even moving Spoke.
What spoke?
Okay, so you know the Spoke. So you know that old building over in Spoke 6, the big one.
Yeah.
There.
You want to go to Spoke 6?
I'm thinking of moving the business there. It would offer a lot more room for basically turning this into, well, a repair shop plus factory even.
And what do we do with the one we have here?
Well, we can sell it to start it up.
Yeah, we could do that. Have a house nearby it?
I was thinking of living in it again. Get the cord out of your mouth.
You don't tell me what to do, boy.
Alright. Alright, so... Oh, I never thought I would say that I'd be interested to leave my dad's shop.
I mean, I know it was ran by your father, probably the one before him that.
Yeah.
But it's, I mean, not saying it's a bad thing either.
I always thought I'd be giving this to my boy, but he died in the war.
You know? I mean, you treat me just like a son, so maybe I'm actually, this is, both mine and his way of trying to say thank you.
Oh, we'll need a house. How are we gonna get all this money, though?
I have a potential way.
Alright, but
Is it rob a bank?
please don't.
No.
Yeah, let's not rob banks.
I mean,
It's not a bank, it's a credit union.
That's
him
even
long
worse.
enough- Give him long enough, essentially, like, he can just make stuff and sell it. Like,
Yeah, he
even
can.
then, like,
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
simply put enough, like, partially sell weapons or even other things. It's the case of pretty much like you said, it's like what, basically a 6-figure thing
Mm-hmm.
for a total of what? Cat, you're gonna ignore the shit out of me.
I mean,
Well,
it's
this is
cat,
just a
what do you want?
I mean, I know you can do it. I am saying this in character. Jacob's
Like,
like,
what
where
do
are
you-
you
like,
gonna
what
get the
type-
money? How are we gonna do this? There is so much that you don't know about business. I'm gonna have to start teaching you how to deal with business.
Well, better now than never, in my opinion. Am I wrong?
And you're gonna have to deal with the corpse. Because they can shut us down.
Yeah, there's one I have a feeling that won't. That would
Good news.
also.
Good news. He's wrong, because that's the Dominion says otherwise.
And I was gonna say also, I have a feeling there's at least one possible corporation that I can get on my side, if needed.
Alright.
For your own protection, I won't say which one.
I think this is going to take a while for us to think this through. We definitely need to talk more over this. And it's going to take you probably several days to talk it through. But eventually you will be able to get him on your side to move to Spoke 6. It will take... we're gonna probably speed time up down the road. I mean, I'm giving you guys a few weeks, especially during my move, of just doing stuff that you want to do, making
To
things
expand
happen.
To expand your godly...
This is your downtime.
Gotcha.
This is your downtime.
Yeah. Now,
So-
as for like getting the workers, I could just spend influence on that.
Yeah, you can spend influence with the workers. You'll spend dominion for the factory that you're gonna put in Spoke 6.
Also- Quick question: do ability scores ever increase or anything?
No.
Okay.
Once you get those are the way they are, unless you get another word.
And
Or excess of the
Well,
word.
yeah, but even then, it's still there's one you can only take once, as we discussed yesterday.
Yeah, it's excess of the
Yeah.
word.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Crafton didn't give me a +8. Didn't give me a +18 for intelligence.
Because unlike the other systems, Godbound assumes you don't have to be smart to be good at crafting.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
that's true. You don't have to be smart to be good at making shit, it just helps.
Alright, so, like, I'm not gonna make you do any rolls for this. We're just gonna assume it takes some time. It's gonna take some, we'll be talking more about it, but, you are slowly opening up, well, you're gonna be spending the next couple of weeks selling stuff
Yep.
to make it. And then the money from the shop that you guys actually are selling, that will be enough for you to get a house for the two of you. So, we'll assume that Does that work?
That works for me.
Alrighty. Shiv. Let's talk about that time you went back in time and suddenly
Yeah, like after he gets over the headache, realizes that Devereaux's going out again. It's like they're probably gonna need my help at some point.
do you even know what happened before that happened?
Before that, no,
Yeah.
I had a headache and I was told that her husband has the same problem.
Yes. But do you know why Liz was going out?
If I recall correctly, yeah.
Okay.
She said she had a meeting, and obviously I would have seen her leave.
You would have seen her leave, and you would have seen her leave with the thrall and the kid.
Yeah.
She's also going to tell you that while I'm away, could you find out who this kid is?
He takes a picture and goes to go run it through a database.
And while you're doing that, because that will take, it's going to take some time.
Well, he's got what, 10 computers plus a master computer.
yeah, it's still going to take some time. This kid is
He can
weird.
literally just plug one into his
right.
computer.
But
Just stand there and be like,
and then you're kind of given the conversation from Cormac, but I don't know how the time would be, how you could time warp back and then have it already there.
he could have activated the device mentally while they were, or rather remotely, while they were still together. So long as they were close enough, the call could still be going on.
See, that's the one thing, and this is out of character. This is the one thing that really bothers me about time.
If you have a bunch of characters split up, your linearity is really, really fucky.
Yeah. I've
So say all
I've
this
always
takes
had a
place
hard time with time. You know, time. When time decides, when people go back in time, nothing ever. It's always messy.
Well, for me, the time warp is this is what's happening as Liz is in transit to the place. So, like, he's already set this up. He's also keeping an eye on the news just in case more craters start appearing around the jellyfish. He doesn't know it's a jellyfish, though. So, around the... I'm going to call this a megalopolis from now on, because that's really what it is.
It is a megalopolis.
You mean
However,
a megapolis?
megalopolis.
A megapolis?
It's actually a rank you can attain in the game that this was made in.
Cool.
So, how, in so many words, how does your part, not where Cormac was, but your part fit in with the going back in time? How did that work?
He's been listening the entire time.
Oh dear God.
Or rather, he prophesizes he's going to be needed, so he listens the entire time, because I have this if anybody wants to roll a save.
Go ahead, put it through.
That depends what it is.
The prophetic insight. I have a
Like,
feeling I'm
what's
going to be
prophecy.
And I'm
needed.
guessing
That my assistance is going to be needed, so may as well do this.
Nah, it's fine. I already know. Knowing the outcome already is fine.
yeah.
Yay. How long do we say it
Actually,
takes
how
to find
about
the-
this? We say you had prophesied that scientist is going to help.
Well, we also kind of rid her of her workplace, so...
Yeah. Well, she could have been mean about it and actually, you know. So we will say that you did try to help. Or you prophesied that she was going to help. So maybe it was already in her mind, or that she wasn't, and then suddenly
You know,
And
this is the better alternative.
this is why it makes it so easy. Because that would make more sense. Because I thought that's what I thought you were going to be doing, was because you had said you were prophesying yesterday that you were going to help get her on your side, and you do. It is successful because there's no spirit save needed. She is a citizen. She's not 2 points or 3 points worthy. So, and the kid's there. So, those two are now there.
The potential orphan is there too.
And the potential what?
And the potential orphan. Yeah, the potential orphan is still there.
Yeah.
The random kid that we have to figure out what to do.
The random kid is the one thing that I'm wanting to play with right now. Don't do that! Don't go back.
Karsa, course of words.
Oh my!
No. Okay.
To quote the March Hare, I've got an excellent idea. Let's change the subject.
Yeah. All right.
Oh boy.
So that's what happens. That's how we get to that point. Because otherwise,
None of this makes any sense.
yeah. Now that Liz is back, she says, "Did you find out where that kid goes?"
I go to check the computer
All right.
and my phone because it's still hooked up to the computer. What do I find?
You know, why? Oh god, you know, I just thought of a thing you could pull off with your character.
Instead of just
Another
free
person?
Wi-Fi?
Oh, that, but one thing you could do. Because Opus is primarily a electronic city, correct?
Yes, it's futuristic.
Watchdogs.
Yeah,
Yeah, we've talked about that.
several
Oh.
times actually.
I wasn't aware. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a after session thing.
I mean, we've spoken during session.
I guess I wasn't there.
It is kind of
Nice.
interesting how much we spend off screen talking. More than we have ever done in any other game. So
That's fair. Well, I mean, we do spend a lot of time talking about stuff about like the other game too.
oh yeah. Okay, so back to you. You find out this kid is of a noble, well, they're of the upper class.
Oh, goody.
And you kind of wonder why the upper class is not looking for her.
Actually, yeah, that is a fairly decent question. I'm assuming I find no missing posters. Have you seen this kid?
No,
Side of a
you
milk
do
carton.
not.
Okay. I decide to look into this.
All right. So,
Like, I start digging deeper.
believe it or not,
Mm-hmm.
I have to remember the name of this family. Where is it? Oh, give me a second. Believe it or not, this kid, she really, she's not being looked for.
For all intents and purposes, despite the fact that she has a connection to the family, she doesn't seem to exist.
They don't act like she exists.
That's depressing. Doesn't explain why she was in a lab either. Actually,
Yes,
no,
it
that has
does.
depressing-
It does.
That has depressing connotations too.
She was in the lab because she was being helped, or she was helped. But just seems like nobody is really looking after her. Nobody cares. Nobody's really wanting to find her. Yet she's of an ability. What is the name of that? Oh my god, where is the name? Salina. Salias.
Which spoke?
Well, the spoke would be spoke 7 upper class. Can't find it.
Interesting.
Oh, I know where it is. Where? Shit.
This kid is one of our character's cousins, 3 times removed.
God, I hope
Solari. Clan Solari. She's from that clan. She's from that area in the upper circle, spoke 7.
Okay.
But nobody seems to bother.
I wonder why that is. Because obviously they wanted her to have help. Why forget about it? Like, I assume he finds no information about this at all. Because, like, you're not going to publicize the fact that you're forgetting about your kid.
No. There is no conversation about this is not publicized, this is nothing. This kid is literally on her own.
That's interesting. You don't usually get that out of the upper class. They may not care about the lower class, but they certainly care about their own. He goes looking for records of her parents. Because, as I recall, she said that she got a kidney from the thrall.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that would explain why she's attached to the thrall. She literally she knows she has nobody else, doesn't she?
Yep.
She is aware of what's going on.
She knows exactly what's going on and why she's been left.
Because there's nobody else for her, is there?
No.
Something that we already know happens a lot in this city has happened.
She's basically an orphan, even though the family is alive.
Well, her parents may or may not be, but the rest of the family doesn't seem to be bothered about it either. And she seems fully aware that attaching to the first person that was willing to help her, which was the thrall.
And you start to realize that while you're looking into this, actually I needed you to make a roll.
What am I rolling?
Wisdom.
Grow up, because I really need to start closing all these things when I'm done with them. I don't know why I keep them. Why I keep the descriptions open. I more than succeed.
You're noticing that there's some expunging going on with the name.
Data
is getting expunged.
Pertaining to both her and her parents?
Yes.
Oh boy, that's never a good sign. Oh boy. I'm assuming the kid is not in the room with him. So he goes down, I'm assuming
Nobody's in the room with you right now. You have to go downstairs.
He brings this data up on his phone and brings it downstairs to Liz and the others.
Okay.
For all intents and purposes, somebody's trying to erase any trace of this kid and her parents.
Wait.
And she's from noble stock.
What? Why would they do such? Why?
He shows the information. It's being wiped. For all intents and purposes, this kid doesn't exist.
That's odd.
No, what's odd is that the parents are being wiped out as well. And this is a noble family, so whoever they ticked off. How far back do they go? I wonder. Which is something I can look up on my own time.
What are you looking for?
How far back they go. How many generations on Opus.
Quite a few. The clan Solari is very, very, known.
Family members being excommunicated from a noble family isn't exactly new, let alone any family. I mean, look at how I'm treated.
Mm-hmm. And Liz is there.
Bothered
talking.
by this, I assume.
Yeah, she's definitely bothered by this.
Shiv says to follow and goes to the back room to go to the underground, and he takes out a piece of paper, a pen, pins it to the little pin board he set up down there. So he puts it to the side with a little black string on it, saying, "This probably isn't going to go anywhere, but let's find out."
What are you gonna try to do?
See if this connects to anything later on. Because remember I said like he decided to make a little pin board down there because the Thanes, all the stolen science and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Like those are all connected with what is it you guys say? Red string?
All right. So you're gonna put on the board clan Solari and then make marks and things
About how the fact that a more recent generation is being supposedly wiped out.
Okay. All right, we'll go with that.
Like you say that the data is presently being expunged, which means somebody is still working on it.
Oh yeah, it's actually very recent that it's being expunged.
So they knew the kid was there. So whatever happened between her being dropped off at the lab for her kidney replacement and whatever happened to her parents and is now unfortunately she is falling victim to. In short, the kid is very lucky she was in the bottom of a lab.
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming that if she wasn't there, she would probably, most likely, be deceased. Or worse.
You can think that.
Well, I'm assuming her parents aren't forcibly forgetting her.
You
I'm
can
allowed
think
to assume
that
whatever
too.
I want. To quote your husband, you are allowed to make any assumption you want.
Bitch, I started that.
Really?
Yes.
Oh. to quote Korak. One of these days I am going to end up unconscious from laughing. Which he's also said.
Mm-hmm. Well, you do find out the information is starting to disappear. You do see that.
So for all intents and purposes, we've got an orphan on our hands.
Yes.
Well, specifically at the moment, me and Liz have an orphan on our hands.
Yes. You do.
Well, he turns to Liz at this point. What should we do? Like, I'm all for keeping the kid around because she's got nowhere else to go. But
Well,
I'm not exactly parent material.
I'm not sure if I want to find out. We're messing with a pretty strong family. But
Yes,
I can do some looking
Digging?
into it. Yeah, I could dig.
Like,
I could talk to somebody about it. Mm. But that is interesting that
the parents and... Okay, so I know that the parents and the kids' identities and data are being basically erased from all records.
no,
How far
the
back...
parents the parentage is being erased. The parents are not being erased. The parentage.
So they're disowning their own kid.
Yep.
Now that's curious.
Hey, they did it a worse way to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got sent to an asylum. Well, agreed to go, went into basically willing exile. Which I'm sure will bite me in the ass sooner or later. Well, for now, we should at least keep her safe. I'm sure somebody in the family's gonna notice and realize, wait a minute, she doesn't seem to be, gone.
Yeah.
Alternatively, we could put pictures on the side of milk carton saying, "Is this your kid?" That seems like a bad idea. That would draw attention.
That's a really bad idea.
Yeah,
I
that
will
seems like
do
it would
by
draw
looking
attention.
into it. I think Ida will not let her out of his sight. So
Yeah, she's pretty safe with the thrall.
he may be not fully functioning as an adult, but he protects her fine.
Yeah, and she's been pretty attached to him since we got them out. Heck, since before we got them out. So it makes me wonder if she knows what's happening. I'm not gonna force the kid to tell me.
Well, she never asked about her mom or dad.
No, all she cared about was the thrall that gave her the kid.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that she recognizes it's the thrall that gave her the kidney means either the thrall was awake when she came out of the grog from being in surgery, or she already knew the thrall.
That's a good question. But
it's a bit of a complicated one to ask a kid.
Yeah. I mean, the kid's only 12 years old.
The kid is just standing there looking, and it's like question marks flying around her head, cartoon style or video game style.
It's unfortunate, but we will take care of her. We will make sure she's safe.
Yeah.
And I think Ida will take care of her just fine, but eventually...
Yeah, we are going to have to...
Thralls are either going to have to go off of Opus, or they'll stay here, but we're going to get really, really cramped.
Crowded.
Yeah.
Well, eventually we are going to have to draw full attention to the fact that thralls can and are sentient, sapient, etc.
I think
they're never going
that's a
to be...
definite we're going to need to do. However, I think right now I'm just protecting them as much as I can. We have brought a lot of attention on ourselves.
Yes. Like, I still wear the tactical helmet for a reason.
I know. You kind of stand out, though.
That's fair. I'll probably start picking the numbers off of the outfit with like a needle or something. Change back into my librarian clothes for the time being.
Well,
but the thing is that thrall and that kid are not going to be able to be separated.
No.
Just saying that now, she will not give him up, because that thrall is basically all she has.
That's obvious.
It gives me the feeling that she knows what's going on with her family and with her. she'll tell us whenever she's ready, if she is ready.
Yeah. Well, in the meantime, we'll keep her. And I'm gonna do some searching. Her
Seeing what you
searching is a
find out
little.
about.
Yeah, her searching is a little bit off the wall. You never get to find out what it is because it's not done through paperwork.
No, hers is because out of character. I believe she has the word of deception. She lies to get truth out of people.
No, she can deceive. She can. She doesn't have to lie.
Oh, she can see when people are lying too.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And she's also a decently known personality, all things considered, because own a club.
She has people.
Yeah, she's
mean,
got a network.
She's got a lot of people, and she's got a few places that are hers.
Yeah, yeah. At the moment, she falls just short of having her own private army.
Technically, yes. Technically, she has one.
Yes, but we don't. She doesn't admit to that
No.
because she's running from her own private army.
Yeah.
Out of character for those who missed a couple sessions ago. Liz and her husband are incidentally responsible for the Thanes that everybody is presently fighting.
Yes.
They worship, as I recall, her husband as their god king, and they're on the run from that.
So.
Oh no, the consequences of my own actions.
Yeah. So anyway, they she says, "I have my ways. I'll be able to deal with it. But for now, just keep looking and see if we can get anything."
Yeah, and he turns to the kid. Kid, if you have any idea or when you are willing, we would like to know what's going on with you and your family.
She says nothing.
And your full connection to the thrall, because I feel like this goes further than just having a kidney film.
She says nothing.
Oh my god, they have to have matching blood types and some closely, or not close, but some similar DNA material. Oh my god, why don't you start there?
Well, then the question is, who is that thrall originally a clone of? Which, did any of us remember to take computer information from that place? Actually, I think Riley did something out there.
Yeah, but Riley's not here right now to explain.
Raiden did too. He was also not in the scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you don't know.
And, yeah. Shiv will go back into the group text and say, "Hey, did anybody remember to extract any other archives from that place?"
You get back from Cormac, that's not my fucking job.
He responds with fair.
Ignis sends a gif of a burning house.
Right.
That's my job.
Raiden's just like respond with a busy.
Sorry. Well, may as well go work on that anachronistic Linksys router. See if I can boost it. Get some free Wi-Fi in this neighborhood. That'll get people on our side. I just had to say Linksys router because those were everywhere when I was younger.
Because they were literally one of two brands that existed, and the others were insanely expensive.
Yes.
All right.
You either had a Linksys router, or you were paying an exorbitant amount through the ass to Cox, AT&T, Frontier, etc.
All right, we are at this point where I think your scene is done. Is there anything anyone else would like to do? I might actually make this a short day. I'm tired.
Right. I have it. How much downtime are you affording us, out of curiosity, so I can describe the scope of the game?
For like the next 3 weeks.
Oh, a few weeks actually, because you probably will go after another one sometime soon.
Fair
Or they'll
enough.
come after us, one of the two. Flip
Yeah.
a coin.
Can you put us back on the overworld map if you may?
Absolutely. 1 second. There it is. And let me interact. Where do you want to go?
I'm about to outline a building in red. I have now claimed this building as Ignis's office on the overworld map.
All right.
Me having to zoom out to see where the hell you've claimed.
Oh, I see where you've claimed. Okay.
I was literally on it. I'm like, why can't I see this? And then I'm like, oh, he just hasn't drawn it yet.
That's his.
Uh,
That's your overworld. Okay, that's yours.
Over the course of a few weeks, the building is going to be altered in a pretty ostensibly supernatural way.
Oh boy.
The building is going to take on a new appearance. The outer walls become reinforced with steel with red plates resembling dragon scales in shape and durability, conferring enhanced powerful physical protection as well as making the building fireproof. And the building will become colloquially referred to as the Crimson Tower.
The Crimson Tower.
This is a 2D Minion project, and we have now made our dragon lair.
Are you going to give it Liberty Spikes too?
No.
Uh-uh.
Additionally, paired alongside this is an influence project. Ignis is going to go out, and the Crimson Tower is going to take on new security personnel, a squadron of heavily armed dragoons under Ignis's direct command called the Prismatic Thunder, to safeguard the upper levels of Ignis's lair, as well as the immediate surrounding airspace around the top of the Crimson Tower. And this will essentially be the beginnings of Ignis's cult.
Okay, so the squad of dragoons and prismatic what?
The Prismatic Thunder.
Thunder.
Damn it, I have to come up with a name for my cult.
I mean, you don't, but
Oh, don't worry, that's not the cult name. That's just the name of the security division. Smile.
Oh.
But as for the cost breakdown, for the Crimson Tower, the scope is, well, it's a building, so 1. And due to our conversation about how Opus is a shape-shifting entity, changing the architecture would be implausible, which multiplies it by 2. And then for the influence project, the scale is 1. It is a group of individuals, and in the book, basically gaining followers of elite soldiers, which are 2 hit die, is an implausible change. Whereas 1 hit die would be plausible, but these guys are cut above the normal run-of-the-mill security goons.
So you're going for some worthies. Okay.
I actually don't think they're worthy foes, because
they're not.
we are level 2 and they are 2 hit die.
Oh yeah. Okay. So they're underworthy. Okay.
But they are still much better than
Yeah.
most mortal
yeah.
forces.
Yeah. And how many
Which
are
is
there?
the point. An indeterminate amount.
Okay.
No more than 1,000, I believe, is the Dominion scale
Yeah.
for one Dominion.
1,000 is the max. Okay.
The 1,000
And-
people under free Wi-Fi.
Honestly, like, thematically, probably even less than that, because, again, like, this is the start of the cult. So, like, probably, like, a few dozen.
Okay.
Maybe pushing on 100 at the top end.
Okay.
But they are entirely localized around the Crimson Tower.
That place is going to be impenetrable, is what you're trying to tell me. It's going to be
That's the
hard
point.
hard to
they're-
make it happen.
FN bombed one building, they're not bombing my building.
They want to try. They're gonna have to work really fucking hard.
Okay.
Nav and I were shooting the shit and having a fun time talking about it. I was like, Nav's just like, you're basically making a dungeon. I'm like, yeah. I'm the ancient red dragon. I am the raid boss.
Yeah,
I'm the villain to someone else's story. They will invade my lair, and they will lose because I am actually the main character, or one of the main characters, rather.
And you're
Yeah,
doing
you
this in
and
the
Nala.
upper spoke, which is interesting.
Yes. I mean, that's where my building is, yeah.
Yeah. So 4.
What? Why did you just kick the T'Pol out of her tower and take that one?
Because that would be resisted by another Godbound, and that's very hard to do.
Yep.
Don't give me mechanics. I want the actual reason.
Because he doesn't want the council to meet and try to overthrow him.
Because I'm lazy, and that means I'd have to fly up to it.
All right, I accept this.
I mean,
Oh.
isn't the council up? Doesn't the council meet up there?
Probably not.
No, the council probably meet. I mean, they could. Like, the DePaul's building is just this spire. We probably meet in one of these buildings, I assume. This is where, like, I imagine most of the government processes take place.
Right.
I mean, basically the entire Megaopolis also counts as a citadel, so...
Anyway. All right. So that's pretty good. Cool. Okay.
And that is all of my dominion and all of my influence spent. Or
Okay.
committed, at least.
We probably should mark. I'll let Raiden mark where he wants his business. Where do you want your business, Raiden? You said spoke 6. Are you here, Raiden? He's not here. Okay. Alright, so anybody else? Because I am going to make this a short night. Day.
I mean, I have scenes, but not like Dominion or anything mechanical.
You want to do
Nope.
them next week?
I mean, it probably just be a lot of me talking for the most part.
Alright, go ahead and talk. Go for it.
I mean, we could just do the one where you'd be involved, but that's a short one, and it's just the actually, at some point in the intervening time frame, Korvac and his wife go to the Temple of the Four Elements to go and finally have that dinner with Kaya's grandfather, whose name is Master Lok. He's a human male. He's the master of the falling sky. But at some point, they get to talking, and Master Ko, who's a female elf and the master of the Drowning Tide, wanders in drunk, as she's like to do. And eventually her and Korvac get into a fight, as they are wont to do. And after demonstrating that he can actually beat her now, she starts teaching him the way of the Drowning Tide.
Okay.
And then there's just a huge montage of Korvac being at the temple learning Drowning Tide.
Alright, so
And that is the fact for my level 2.
that is your fact for level 2.
Right,
Alright.
we have to add new facts.
Yes, yes. Lots of stuff you gotta do in the next couple weeks. This is
My
perfect.
level is done.
Yep, you are finally done. So you are called what? Master.
I got the list. I'll send it to you.
Okay,
Good.
cool. Raiden, are you here? No.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, sorry. I'm just trying to figure out where to put the facts.
You were not talking.
I'm sorry.
I asked you to make a box for where you are wanting your
Oh,
factory.
I'm sorry. I was also making sure the little crackhead wasn't gonna hurt herself.
Oh,
You shouldn't call your girlfriend that.
No, I'm talking with a cat.
That's the joke. Good job.
So yeah, make your box, and then is there anything for your dominion? Well, that is your
Like-
dominion. Anything
this
influence?
Technical big for it?
Okay, did you put it in? I don't see it.
Right there.
Where? Oh, there. Okay.
Would that be too big, or is that just right?
You need to bring it down a bit. Because you're actually in the hydro farms.
No. Well, the helmet.
You see this hole right here? Put it right there. You can put it right here.
That's to resist urge to make joke.
Yes. Since I'm not thinking today. Yeah, put it
No,
right
you said
here.
there's a hole. You said there's a hole.
Well, it looks like a hole.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. You're talking about right here.
Yeah. Do it right there. Was there anything else you wanted to do? I mean, you still have stuff to do, like your facts and stuff like that.
Well,
He's the best damn mechanic around.
I believe that's already part of his facts.
Oh. Well, jokes are made that didn't
I
go
can
anywhere.
actually figure out where to put the facts. Is it just in notes?
Oh,
Yeah.
There's a place called facts.
Echoes like a hole is a hole. T-Lock's still here. Cool. Hi, T-Lock. All right. So basically,
I
what's
found it.
happening, T-Lock, is they've become much more than a normal person. So they are being given followers and dominion and domain. They can literally change the world to fit their needs. And that's what they're doing. We now have a dragon. Yeah, you've been listening and doing housework. I gotcha. We have now the Crimson Tower, which is the dragon's lair. We have free water, which is up in Spoke 7. In Spoke 6, we now have a
factory. I
a
just gotta draw
factory. So
Yeah, get the thing up.
Around Liz's area for like a mile, I guess.
yeah,
There's free Wi-Fi.
yeah, you need to make your area that you have chosen go ahead and
Where exactly is the club? Because that's where he lives.
where the pictures are. That's the club. That's the club.
Okay, I know
And
it's
that-
not very straight,
that-
but right there.
Oh, we're here.
Yeah. Because
Alright.
you guys are now officially starting to change your universe. Now, there are some things, if you're going to be in Spoke 5, I will tell you this right now. There are some things you will not be able to change because they will be met separately with, like, Liz and her husband's abilities. Just so you know. Because Spoke 5...
Well, free Wi-Fi doesn't harm anybody.
Yeah. So
So I'm assuming, like, I'm just drawing roughly in the right location. I do not have my mouse plugged in, so I have to do this with a trackpad. Because I've managed to misplace my computer mouse. So from, like, the center of the club, going to, like... I'm assuming a good chunk of the spoke, people get free Wi-Fi.
cool. But how much?
What, like, is there a limit cap to it?
Yeah.
Fuck, now I actually do have to do math. Thanks.
I mean, how much are you using in Dominion?
All two of it. because I couldn't think of anything else to do with Dominion.
Okay,
the moment.
so with 2 of it, you could do part of a spoke.
Oh.
Um,
I live at Liz's club, so
so you would do the lower.
Go.
Okay, so I'm going to. What color do you like best?
well, let's just keep it black for now, so it's easy to remember.
Black is hard to see.
Oh,
I'll go with yellow.
that works.
So
That's
wait,
my color.
This thing is in Spoke 6?
I is yellow.
Yeah, you're in spoke 6. Okay, wait.
Wait, same with Liz's? No, not Liz, the club?
The club is in spoke 5.
Oh, okay.
What are you doing? No yellow? Is mine? Okay, fine.
Okay, green is mine.
And red is obvious. Red
Please
is
remove
obviously
that. Thank you. Math's hard.
Looks like mustard. Who's doing orange again?
Orange is Liz.
Okay.
Oh wow, she's got a hell of a lot of reach.
She's a lot more powerful.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
You've got
Blue
you've
or
got the
something.
mint green. So
Hey, if I could do radiation green, that would work too.
That's
I mean that's just this color. Because unfortunately, this thing doesn't seem to have a pick your color. Oh, it does have a hex thing at the bottom.
There we go.
Eh.
So, basically what's happening is, have you chosen your color yet?
Yeah, I'll go with the shade of blue.
All
One
right.
second, let me look up the exact hex code for it.
Make your basically you're gonna want to take the lower spoke 5, the lower circle and in spoke 5, and you can consider that your domain for the free Wi-Fi.
Yay!
And so you're giving free Wi-Fi to people. Wow. That's definitely going to give you followers.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I love that for business.
So,
Hey, if people aren't paying for Wi-Fi, they could be paying for other shit.
that is true.
Hey, I could also make free advertising for Liz's club.
Yes, you could. And that would be very helpful.
It'll make the factory workers very happy.
I mean, it also helps me out because I actually I'll be spending my influence on actually getting workers for mine.
Well, the
Hey, you
club
can,
is available for you guys. Basically, as long as you help her, she'll help you. That's how it is.
Yep. We have a printer somewhere.
Wait, hold on. Actually, wait. Did I put that green spot in the wrong area, or were you talking about right here?
Oh, let me check.
This little green spot in middle class is the one I made when you demonstrated radiation green.
Where you put it is fine.
Okay. Or I was thinking, I don't know if you were talking about right there or right here.
No, that's fine. You have it right where it should be.
And then that's still in spoke 6, correct?
Yes.
And-
Okay.
And
Liz has spoke
everybody on
5 and 6.
and every week and
Wait.
once a month on the free Wi-Fi, people will get ads or will get emailed ads, not get like pop-up ads, emails, advertising the club and whatever businesses anybody wants to throw free advertising to.
Yeah, so...
Wait, does that mean technically Raiden, no, not Raiden. Yeah, no, Raiden's new workshop gets free Wi-Fi now?
Yep.
Yep. Score.
Wait,
Fuck yeah.
wait. I thought Shiv was in 5 and your thing was in 6.
Well, which is going on? Are you doing 5 and 6, or what are you doing?
Just doing
Shiv.
6.
I don't know how far does 2 Dominion get me?
Just
5.
5.
Okay,
So
I'll
then
leave that.
no. Not yet.
Yeah, fair.
Eventually, I'll get around to maybe using influence to build a receiver over there.
But I can definitely use influence to at least get workers.
Yes.
Yeah, you can just call me, say, hey, can you put out a help wanted ad?
That or get with Ignis and like his new factory over here.
If you look on the pinned message in regards of Dominion expenditures, 1 Dominion gets you a neighborhood. 2 Dominion will give you a spoke plus circle segment. 4 gives you an entire spoke or an entire circle, barring intervention from other NPCs or PCs. 8 is the entirety of Opus, and 16 is Scorpio 3, aka the entire planet. I would also specify this, like,
hey, she's got. Sorry.
Spending domain on an area does not inherently make it your domain.
Yeah.
For instance, like Ignis had a Dominion project along the entirety of the outer circle. That does not mean he owns the entirety of the outer circle. He is just influencing it. If that makes sense.
Yes.
Could somebody remind me how you earn Dominion?
So we received 2 Dominion from when we leveled up at the end of last session. Additional Dominion will be earned either as a quest reward or at the GM's discretion, or you will gain Dominion over time from the following of your cult, or by being a free divinity. But basically, as we gain power and as we gain followers, we will gain a steady inflow of Dominion over time.
Yeah, fair enough. And I'm just working hard to get the followers.
Well, we're level 2. Like we're all new to this cult thing.
Yeah.
We're going to have very small cults for the most part until we spend either time on screen building that cult or gaining power through gaining levels. For instance, because we all hit level 2, we all gained access. Actually, I guess one thing to sort out is, like, if you don't want to play with the cult following, if you don't want to have a cult, now is the time to choose to do so, and you become what's called a free divinity. For people who want to have cults, and they want to have followers and worshippers, everyone gained this gift called Incense of the Faithful, or receive the Incense of Faith. So it's like mortals can worship us, and we can receive mechanical effect for it.
Fortunately, the only mechanical effect as of right now is the monthly gain of divinity.
Yeah.
Dominion.
And even then, it's like I don't even know if we get that yet, because I don't think our cults are big enough yet. I don't exactly know the rules on cult power, unfortunately, at the current time.
I think it's just 1 a month. It's very small.
Fair enough.
Because it is on a per month basis.
Yeah, like you gotta start somewhere.
Yeah.
Not
And, like,
exactly interested in having a cult, to be honest.
You're not interested in having a cult?
That is fine. There's a section in the book. Let me find it, the page number on it real quick.
Is it the original book or the...
It's in the
It's the core.
original book.
Okay, gotcha. So I'll look it up. Too.
On page 133 on the bottom right, you'll see a section called Free Divinities. Not all Godbound are suited to having followers. Some might be naturally independent, while others might have players who don't want to bother with a cult. At the player's discretion, a Godbound can become a free divinity rather than one that cultivates a faith. This decision is made when the character reaches 2nd level, so now, and may only be changed afterwards if the GM finds it appropriate. Even then, a great deed or adventure might be needed to change it. Free divinities lose all the usual gifts of the apotheosis word, which is a word deals with handling a cult. So it's not like you're losing like source of the mechanical power or combat words. And instead, they preserve their own celestial force, becoming self-generating fonts of Dominion. A free divinity gains 1 point of Dominion each month, plus 1 more for each 3 full character levels they possess. So you would get 1 at level 2, you would get 2 at level 5, 3 at level 8, and that's where you would cap. No cult is necessary to generate this power, however, and indeed, free divinities cannot even have true worshippers, though they might have a few devoted allies and enthusiasts who consider themselves faithful. If their pantheon forms a paradise, they can participate as usual. So, if our pantheon forms together and creates an afterlife for our followers and souls, you would still be able to participate in that aspect of it, but you will not have like your own font of dominion from a cult. You'll come from yourself. And full disclaimer, it will probably be less than a Godbound's cult.
It most assuredly is, because I think we cap at 10 a month.
It's like, bear in mind, it's like you'll have less dominion overall, but it's no strings attached to dominion. Your cult can't be attacked, it can't be targeted. You don't have to deal with running the cult in the background, freeing you up to do more things or other things if you prefer.
I mean, let's face
No.
it, Shiv definitely sent me a cult.
You're
Also
here.
to point out, you need Dominion to make artifacts.
Ew.
Thank you for this
So-
stretch, but are you coming in or are you just gonna stay out?
Yeah, phrasing.
Oh my god.
Hey, yo!
This is the third time in an hour.
It's actually the 7th. I was muted for the others.
I'm so tired.
Also, I cannot wait for this world map to become
A
the
fucking
product of a child's finger painting as we're all marking our own little etches and areas.
I'm loving it. I'm finding it funny.
You gotta look like a
Is there a
fucking
way to increase
strategy
the
game
size of the
over
pen?
map.
Is there a way to increase the size of the pen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is there?
Yes. Tiny, small, regular, large, extra large.
Oh.
Oh, for freeform. Oh yeah, true.
What page did
Dan?
you say it was on, by the way? Again?
133.
So am I marking this
Regular.
right?
Large. Extra large.
Yeah.
Why does it keep turning gray?
'Cause
So
fuck you.
so are you deciding that you don't want to have a cult?
Because you need a code for the artifact. But you've got employees. You've already got people who listen to you.
They could be your
I mean-
cult.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you want a cult.
Isn't a business just a fancier word for cult?
When you're Ignis, it is.
Wait, what's up? I missed
Thank
it.
you for
Unlucky.
the stretch, the hydrate, and the
Oh,
posture
you weren't.
check.
Oh, you weren't.
Did someone make
joking.
fun of me?
No,
Fair
no,
enough.
isn't a business just another word for a cult?
Yes, 100%. Of course it is.
You know what? Fuck it. We'll do it.
Listen, in real life, we all
Okay.
worship the neon god.
No, we don't. No, we worship the LCD god.
Oh, fair enough. Neon's a little bit outdated. It's been
Wait, no,
overthrown.
That's
It
you.
should be neon.
Okay, I
could
gotta,
make them
I gotta,
major neon everything.
I gotta change you now.
I meant in the real world, we all stare at LCD screens. Therefore, we worship
So,
the LCD god.
So, Knob, since you just got
God.
here,
And, you know,
you have
you're
free Wi-Fi now.
I had free Wi-Fi already.
Oh yeah, right. You're at a walking computer. You have
True.
even freer Wi-Fi now.
Good morning, Nav.
Give me a second.
At this point, it's evening. It's 7:30.
You know what? Fuck it.
How
we will
late
do the
did you
cult,
guys stay
I
up?
guess.
What?
What? I went to bed. You know when I meant to bed.
I'm talking about Nav and Ig. Because I swear they were still in here when it was 10 o'clock at my time.
We hung out until around 9 o'clock my time, which is when I hopped off.
Which would be 10 o'clock my time.
Listen, we had a fun time. We hung out, we talked.
We
We talked a lot about Godbound. We talked a little bit about other things. It was a great time. We had
All
fun.
right.
Oh yeah, so Cormac, Riley can fly. Which now makes Shiv the only person who has to basically walk everywhere.
What a fucking pleb.
Yeah, I just jump everywhere. Do 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 do.
Dang. Go get him, grasshopper.
Calm down there, Hulk.
Cormac's effectively OP Mario. He's what Mario wants to be when he
Honestly,
grows up.
true.
The only
Is that
one
correct?
here who has not said what they're doing is now Nov.
Do we want to give him a
Right.
recap on what everyone else is doing
Yes,
on the
please.
overmap?
Yes, please.
Because Nav, take a look and look at this fucking rainbow vomit that's on the map now.
Yeah, am I marking the area right? I gotta fix this hex code. 'Cause for some reason it keeps turning gray on me.
Yeah, everyone's more or less claiming a color at this point.
I want purple.
Go for it.
Hell yeah.
Just
Overthrow the
just
Depaul.
to spite Karsa.
Hell yeah, we're gonna overthrow the
You
Depaul.
did! You spite me!
Not really.
I mean,
It's
I mean,
a
there's
lot of
also
character
the fact-
nonsense, so it doesn't matter.
There's also the fact that I default to purple on a lot of things. Also, my the color thing for knowing what the player list on Roll20 on this game, I was defaulted to purple.
Right. Cormac, you want to kick us off?
I gave a bunch of people free water, or free clean water,
Oh, nice.
and then I learned the style of water, the fighting style of water. As I learned the lesser strife of the drowning tide. Because Cormac an Angie boy, and everybody gonna drown in it.
Nice.
Next up, this green box I believe is rating, correct?
Yes, Raiden or Raiden. Either way you pronounce it, it's accurate.
Oh, okay.
It's
D.
like Ninja Gaiden and Gaiden.
No, that actually
Anyway.
is Gaiden.
It's definitely Gaiden.
Yeah, like
Raiden.
everyone that's Japanese is now laughing at you for saying Gaiden.
I think if you said
Raiden-
Ninja Gaiden, you'd get a lot of sideways looks.
Raiden and Raiden is spelled the same way. It's just different pronunciations of.
Yeah,
Whether
that is one
localization
that does
thing.
have two pronunciations.
Yeah, based on like localization.
Yeah,
It's a regional
it's like
dialect.
for instance, Raiden, character off a video game. Raiden.
It's
Also
a
character
character
off
from a video game.
Yeah, both of them are video games, just two different video games.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah.
Same
the-
company,
the-
though, if I remember correctly.
Raiden. Mortal Kombat has Raiden.
He's also an actual Shinto god.
Yes, but in actual Shinto, it's pronounced Raiden.
Is the Shinto one the Thunder
No.
God?
No, that's
as well?
Raijin.
Anyway, Raiden, what are
right,
you
okay.
doing?
oh yeah.
Anyways, made me a factory. I spent 2, built like a huge fucking factory.
Which I will make a map for it next week.
All right. After that, we had
So we'll
Shiv.
be also using influence, by the way, to actually make to get workers, aka also start a cult.
I don't think Shiv has anything on the map, right? Or is Shiv orange?
I'm circling the neighborhood. I just want to make sure I'm circling the right area. Where does the club start again?
Where the
'Cause that's
pictures
basically the
are,
epicenter.
right here.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
it's where mine and Raiden's character
I
icons
should
are.
put myself up there.
For context, a neighborhood is probably gonna be like a cluster of buildings, so it'd probably be like this cluster.
Yeah.
Well, however many people that is.
Is
Where's
anyone using red?
About 1,000.
Uh,
I am using red, unfortunately.
Or
It do be called the Crimson Tower.
yeah, we had a discussion about that.
yeah.
So, are you gonna have a cult? Do you want to be able to make artifacts?
Those two aren't mutually exclusive, to be fair.
It's just
You said
if you're getting more Dominion, making artifacts is easier.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, that's true, but like, I'm still pretty sure the limiting factor on artifacts is going to be shards of heaven or celestial shards.
Yeah.
That will be the main limiter, not Dominion.
And Shiv is basically giving free Wi-Fi while being a active member of the underground, and having to deal with a kid who is potentially an orphan.
Sounds fun.
Yep. Last time it it was Raiden who got the orphan. This time it's Shiv.
Are you like the dark blue then in that case, Magica?
Yes.
All right.
I'm trying to get the hex code right because it keeps turning gray for some strange reason.
I'm just gonna use like radioactive green, so it's very easy to see. But like with one Dominion, you're probably looking at that's a shape, not a freehand. Listen, freehand.
Like probably about like this city.
You're probably
block.
looking at like this.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically the entire city block that I just encompassed.
Yep.
Yeah, I was just confused about like what this very big line going off in the middle of nowhere was.
So how much
Well,
of the
no.
Dominion are you doing? Are you doing two
Two.
or one?
2, because
Okay.
free Wi-Fi for a lot of people seems apparently what did you say it was improbable?
Implausible, improbable, same tier. Two words mean the same
So-
thing.
Oh boy, what is the arguing out there going on about?
Yeah, that'll work. That's about how much you would have for two. Okay.
Then I just gotta work on deleting the
Oh.
deleting the rest of these lines.
In the
somehow.
same area, I believe orange more or less encompasses the area where any changes have to go through Devereaux and the Devereaux. They're both named Devereaux, obviously. They're married.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, was my expansion?
Yours
Did
is
I also get
fine.
shut down in?
Yeah.
Okay. I did not get shut down in Spoke 5 and 6.
No, you did not.
Okay. Which brings us to Ignis. Ignis did a few projects, 3 even, the ones we talked about last night. So, first and foremost, Ignis Industries has expanded their manufacturing chain to the majority of the outer circle.
I mean, you
The
would have
network-
gotten. I am going to say this: you would have gotten shut down if you would not have given fair wages.
That's fair, but I'm trying to be fair.
Come to this
Let-
club,
let-
tell your friends.
But in every spoke spoke 7 I received resistance from Cormac, which is fair. That's basically his turf. But in the other circles, Ignis's expansion was inoffensive enough to take hold. And then additionally, around the around Ignis Industries headquarters, the headquarters building has taken on a new form, adapting red dragon scales on the exterior, becoming significantly more impervious. It is impervious or more durable and fireproof, much like Ignis himself, and has Ignis's own elite security detail called the Prismatic Thunder, which is a pack of heavily armed and well-trained dragoon soldiers of various colors.
And to quote myself from last night, he's making the end boss.
I'm making a Final Fantasy 14 dungeon.
So that's what we got going on. What else? Anything else?
I think that is everyone, and then we can move on to what Nav would like to do with his Dominion.
Yes. Nav, it is your turn to tell us what are you doing with yours.
When last night when I spoke with Ignis about this, because I was having a lot of problems thinking like, what could I actually do with it that would be relevant to my character, and we've sort of hit on the idea of through working with the fixers and stuff at Vision. Essentially, I'm going to be Big Boss.
All right.
And
So
I'm going to make my own PMC.
where do you want the vision to be? Because I already have a map for it. So where do you want the vision to go? Is it
Well,
in
you
the
had
business
mentioned
circle
that-
or upper middle, or where is it at?
I think the idea we were thinking about before is like in the business circle, like on the opposite side from where I forget the name of the place. What's the one we live in?
Spoke 5.
You live in the Third Eye Cantina.
Third Eye Cantina, right?
In
Because
Spoke
I
5.
gotta make a note of that because I keep forgetting the name of it.
I just call it the club.
Yeah, but the club could be many places.
Anyway,
That's fair.
so what you can make your mark where you want, if it's in spoke 2, spoke 1, wherever you're going to put it. Now,
Is there
and then how much of a
anything,
domain
let's
is
say,
it? Let's put it that way.
in that area under where it says spoke to?
Okay, that's a good amount right there. Okay, so you head into the vision, and I'm going to change over to the vision because I was hoping you'd come in earlier so we would actually be able to do this.
Yeah, I apologize. I was feeling really rough.
That's all
Oh,
right.
feeling better
I
now.
I hope you're feeling better. This is your
Yeah.
vision. This is the vision. Okay. And the entryway is right here. And I'm going to show everybody else the vision. Oh, well, I don't have it yet on there. Okay. 1 second. There.
Mistakes were made.
All right. So,
There we go.
right here. All right, you enter in and you see a lot of people making deals, making things happen.
For whatever reason, Howie Long's there.
Who's
Wait, that's not
there?
his name. That dude who does Deal or No Deal. I never remember his fucking name.
Oh,
Howie
fuck,
Mandel.
the bald one.
Yeah. Oh, Howie Long's
Yeah.
a football player.
Oh,
Yeah.
you mean Noel Edmonds?
No,
Yeah.
the
Howie Mandel is a voice actor.
Wait, where's
The
this
Ge-
map?
the
This map was
germaphobe.
new, right?
Hmm?
This is the new map, right?
This is the new map for the vision.
What's the vision?
Oh, he's that dude from the Marvel universe who has a
Wait, no,
laser in his
Howie Mandel.
forehead.
No, the vision is a strip club.
No, it is Howie Mandel. How is
Hey,
he?
yo!
And it's used quite often for underhandedly mercs by, assassins. They go there for other things than just the strip club itself.
Yeah,
Oh,
like the strip club is essentially a cover for a fixer bar.
Yeah.
lame.
So this is the fixer bar that he's talking about. The strip club. Alright, so when you walk in, you see a lot of people in different areas, at different tables, literally right next to each other. You see two ladies that are up in the square that is at this stage, and there's not many people really in that area that are of consequence. I mean, this area is pretty full, but there's not many people in consequence there. So they're dancing while people are making deals. What do you do?
Well, I probably get some weird looks at being,
You get a
female
lot
elf
of
walking
you
into a
get
strip
a
club.
lot of weird looks. Yes. And since you're going to make this your domain, you can do a lot of things to it.
I get to run a PMC from a strip club. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you're no longer big boss. You're slut boss.
Damn.
They can overdo stuff that they shouldn't if they're too distracted by the thirst.
And he broke up.
Well, look at the bright side. At least you have an adaptable USB port.
So this is your domain. What are you going to do with it? How are you going to set this up? What is happening in this area as we see it?
All right. Well, I mean, to begin with, as I say, the idea is that she would basically go there, make like contacts with various fixers, and do some jobs and stuff, and then essentially get like sort of recognized
You do get
within
recognized,
the
yeah.
fixer slash merc community.
Okay.
And then we're going to invent the Fulton surface to air recovery transport, and we're going to start stealing people.
Stealing?
No, I'm joking.
Wait,
about
what?
that. I'm going to have to explain to you what the Fulton surface to air thing is. 'Cause
Yeah.
You're going to find that hilarious. It's basically a balloon that you attach to a person, and then you can use it for like recovery. It's a real thing developed by the CIA. It's hilarious.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, okay.
They use it in, if I remember correctly, Phantom Pain to comedic effect.
All right,
Yeah, that was
so
like the third game to use it. Anyway, yeah, the so like I'm not saying that I'm intending to like basically walk in, buy the place, and turn it into PMC overnight. It's the way I see it making sense is she would do jobs for fixers, get a name within the community as, you know, this is somebody that can get stuff done and all that, and then sort of amass a following through like essentially becoming like, you know, not maybe not specifically famous within that group, but, you know, well known enough
okay.
to then decide to found a company.
You are given a job because as a fixer, they first have to get you in. You have to tell people that they want to see if you could actually do the job. Surprisingly, there are 2 people over here that are looking for somebody, and nobody has come over there yet. You could actually take that job right now.
No one's gone over there. Well, I mean, what if, say for instance, that was to happen right next to our table?
All right. So, you notice that there is a lady and a man. Kind of look similar to Shiv's looks, but you're not sure. It's really not sure. In fact, do a wisdom check.
Episode, Shiv goes to the library after Figgy's death.
Would you put your face nearer your mic?
Actually, would you just not say anything for a bit? So,
1 second. I accidentally had to refresh the page. Wisdom check.
oh yeah. So definitely, they look very familiar. And,
It's totally Shiv's mom and dad, isn't
oh yeah, it is.
it?
It is definitely them. But they don't know you from Adam. But they are, they've been waiting. Hi. We've never done this before, but are you, how much do you cost to do a job?
It depends.
Yeah, it depends on what type of job you're offering.
There's rooms upstairs. They're 50 credits an hour.
We have to.
Yeah, and there's a sign out front that says "touching OK."
We have to remove someone from existence. In order to.
This is that problem with having like incidental costs always being covered, because I'm not actually sure what our what this world's financial thing is like. But yeah,
They're
just
not
just
sure
say
what they're doing.
Insert appropriate price.
Yeah. So somewhere around like 100,000 credits, let's say.
Ouch.
Yeah, that probably sounds
That
legit
hurt.
for an assassin contract.
It is assassin contract, yes.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So yeah, we'll hash out about price and then say yeah. Okay. That sounds fine. So
We need to get rid of a
what,
problem.
where, and when.
Um,
Don't know where, don't know.
we don't know where he is. As soon as possible.
She's now sitting down with a foot up on the opposite empty chair, taking out a tablet and typing things. Okay, he.
And then
No
they
location.
give you a picture. It's an electronic picture. And it has a picture of Shiv.
I'm only worth 100,000 credits? I'm hurt.
To be fair, I'd only pay 100.
We have to get rid of this problem.
To be fair, I think some people do it for free. No, right. In character, like, is Shiv like really well known from the broadcasts when we left the lab and everything?
He has been, apart from when they escaped the lab, ever since they got the tactical armor, he has been wearing the helmet. He does, however, still wear the scrubs.
Well, I mean, like, when the bombing happened, right at the start, was he identified on the broadcast?
Yes, he was.
He was, right. Okay, so she'll be like, oh, that's the guy for those broadcasts a couple weeks back.
Yes.
Okay.
He's trouble.
Define trouble.
He could bring this entire city down.
I mean, I dare say there's a lot of people that could do that based on their position. What makes this guy so special?
He knows things he
Who's-
shouldn't know.
Oh, that's incredibly vague. But okay.
If I say more, it could.
Yeah, I get what you mean. All right, so you want this guy deleted?
Yes.
Right, no location. Do you have any requests? Like, I don't know, do you want me to bring you back his foot or something?
We do need to have proof.
Would you take a picture as proof?
A picture and the ring he has.
Picture and a ring. Alright, you got any...
And they will
You got any
show you
initial-
the signia of the ring.
Okay, pick up ring given. Right, you got any kind of idea of where to start looking for this guy?
The last thing we know is that he was in Spoke 5.
I see the Spoke 5. Oh, that should be enough that I could get started. And she'll lift up the tablet. You got contact stuff. I assume it's as easy as, like, sort of Bluetooth pairing kind of thing
Yeah.
for sending contact details.
Yeah.
Right. So they will get a contact for they will get a burner contact for under the name Wolf.
Wolf. Got it.
Meh.
Hey, I did make a point. She does have a sizable wolf tattoo down on one arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that from last week and a few days ago too.
Now they're not the only one looking at you. There are other fixers that are actually looking at you, watching how you are reacting while they're talking to their own.
It's
So,
not every day a cyborg comes in.
no, there's a reason for it. This is a guild.
Oh no, I mean cyborgs are relatively common. A cyborg elf, on the other hand,
Yes, but this is also a guild, and you are being tested.
is there anyone sort of making a point of like, deliberately making sure that I see that they're looking?
Mm-hmm. He's right next.
Alright.
He's right here.
All right.
And he's talking to an FN.
Oh boy.
And I would know that they're FN just by looking at them, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
oh
should they have
yeah,
a
yeah.
tag or something. Right.
You would know
Does it look like
because
they're-
they kind of look similar. They have the same company clothing that a lot of them wear,
Yeah.
which is kind of stupid because you're not supposed to be doing that kind of thing. It kind of shows that you're putting FN in trouble. Let's put it that way. If you're doing something shady.
Well, I mean, stuff like that is like you would. The whole idea with fixers tends to be that they can do completely legitimate stuff between
Right.
the companies, but then they can also be the people that will put you in touch with somebody to get somebody off.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, does it appear like they're probably having a discussion over something themselves? Like maybe.
They're having a discussion about building security for a certain building.
Does it happen to be that giant red tower that looks like a raid boss?
No.
Aww.
No, that's FN. This is the
But
Red Pet Tower is Ignis.
They are
I
talking
know.
about increasing security.
Oh, they're jealous of Ignis.
They're hiring mercs for security.
Yeah, they're hiring mercs for security because there's a guy that can literally punch a hole in the wall that's really angry with them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
I'd be increasing security too if I was that dumb.
but that's
I probably wouldn't be going to Mercs for it though.
anyway.
I'd be
Yeah,
hiring the
probably
local
security.
fucking army.
So yeah, go back to the conversation with the folks. She'll go over the details and like, is there anything else you need to inform me of for this?
How soon can you get it done?
Within a week, assuming I can find the guy, of course.
All right.
'Cause, how long are we in terms of the, like, how long has it been since like he was last seen? Because I'm thinking it's
Last-
probably been like
It's been
at
about.
least a week, if not two.
It's been 2 weeks.
It's been 2 weeks. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So if he was last seen a fortnight ago, yeah. I mean, assuming I can find them fairly quick, then yeah, it'll be done not long at the back of that. Probably a week. If it's going to take longer, I'll let you know.
All right, and then we will meet you here. Are we going to do this a different direction?
Pencil in a meeting here afterwards. We can always change that later if need be.
Now, while you're listening to her, the mother, The father is not talking at all. He is, in fact, he's kind of looks like he really doesn't want to do this. But for some reason, his wife does. So,
Which tells you where the family gets their name from. which, ironically enough, for a lot of my characters, to be which side that stuff comes from.
You know what? I'm going to leave this entirely on a dice roll.
uh-huh.
Okay, I'm not going to question the husband.
Okay.
So I'm like I can notice it, but I'm not gonna question it because at the end of the day, this is the professional work thing. So she'll be ready to put the tablet away and just be like, all right, so I guess we have an agreement then.
Agreed.
100K for this dude's ring.
Yes.
All right, well, pleasure meeting you.
Pleasure meeting you.
And you got your stuff. Right, I'm also assuming she picked up a drink on the way there, so she'll have her drink and take a drink.
And
look
both of
very
them.
deliberately looking at the guy across the other table. Were they going to say anything? The two that she's with?
No, he doesn't say anything at this time.
All right. Well, she'll have her drink, put the
But
glass
he
back
is
down.
looking at you again, and after the finishing of his conversation, and then he kind of gives you, I don't know if what, a signal for you to come over, I guess would be it. Because when the guy leaves, when FN leaves.
All right. Oh, she'll finish her drink and put it back down on the table, and then like signal a waitress or whatever to, empty glass, and she'll walk over to this chair.
And let me get the guy because he's no longer there. In fact,
Yeah.
these two are no longer here.
She won't sit down immediately. She won't sit down immediately. She'll just go across and like lean on the edge of the table.
Okay.
Oh, you killed my token.
Did I? Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no, make a new character.
Okay. There we go.
I've been deleted by the GM. That's the end of this arc.
Anyway, as you were saying.
A giant god comes down and crushes you, literally.
Okay.
So yeah, she'll walk over, like hand on the table, kind of leaning against the edge, and be like, "Sup?
You're a new one.
You're a perceptive one."
What
Then
brings
she'll sit down.
What
and
brings you to the vision? Why did you come to the vision?
Well, I mean, when you're looking for work, and people here happen to offer the kind of work you specialize in.
Yeah, but I'm curious about you. If you're looking
How
for
so?
work, what were you doing before? It made you able to be a person of this nature.
What's the word? Oh Christ! What's that word? It. Oh great! I'm totally forgetting it. It's oh, never mind. She'll answer back. A long and rather boring career.
I see. Do you think you have the expertise to do this type of job?
Well, I wouldn't be here if I didn't.
Right. This is a. Have you ever heard of the Vision Guild?
I'm assuming. Can I argue with the fact that I used to be a cop to say yes?
Yeah, you can. You can actually make a roll for it, but yeah. It'd be intelligence.
Oh, it's almost like that's my highest skill.
Imagine
Eh.
that.
Yeah.
Funny that.
I don't need to imagine it. It's written on the page.
And I'm arguing that I was a cop, so I totally know it.
Oh,
super duper
you
did it.
totally
wow,
know
a
it.
Target of 2.
That is the highest.
Wow.
Oh my god, that's so wow. Okay, so yeah, you know everything about the Vision that you could possibly know. Just about everything, not everything, but you know that the person who's talking to you is probably the boss, the leader of the guild.
All right. Well, on that information, she'll be like,
He's a lot of cybernetics, by the way.
yeah. Well, I'm a lot of cybernetics as well. She'll sort of be like, well, I mean, it's not every day that you walk into a club with these. It's not every day you walk into a club with these sort of services on offer, and then end up sitting next to owner.
Guildmaster.
Yeah, owner, boss, whichever you want to go by.
I see. You know who I am then.
At this point, she's gonna sit forward on the chair and leaning like on one elbow on the counter, take out a pack of smokes and light them with the lighter in her thumb.
Which
So if you know who
And
I
listen to
am,
what we're saying.
are you joining the guild?
Jury's slightly out,
Hmm.
so wouldn't say no. There's always a maybe.
Well, you just took a job, so that is of the guild. Either you are or you are not.
Well, I mean, if you've got a problem with people offering jobs to non-guild members, then you should take that up with those that offered the job to a non-guild member.
How about this? We'll see how this one goes. If you do well, the offer will be there.
I will definitely take that under advisement.
Right. We'll be watching. And we'll
I'll just
see
make
how-
sure no one sees.
Exactly. Good luck. You got a week.
Yeah, well, as I always say, no one sees, no one says. And I assume we get the feeling that the conversation is wrapping up there.
Yeah, it's wrapped up. He
Alright,
basically
so yeah,
said you
she'll-
got a
she'll
week to
stand
find
up.
out where he is. Yep.
I'll
Poor
do my
Shiv. Poor Shiv.
only worth 100,000 credits.
Yeah, I dare say if it was Cormac, they'd been offering me 100 million because they know what he can do.
Does Cormac have any family on Opus that's willing to go after him?
Hopefully not. It'd be a plot twist
no,
to try
yeah.
to put out a hit on him, though.
Cormac's on good terms with his family.
Yeah, that'd be a plot twist.
Yeah, that would be a hell of a plot twist.
Hmm.
No, I'm thinking more in terms of the man who jumps in the air and then Goomba stomps a security checkpoint and gets shot in the chest with a 12 gauge and shrugs it off like it's nothing, and then also goes toe to toe with a like level 1 Thane.
Right.
A
So
mini Thane.
this conversation is over, and we will work on your domain next week anyway.
Yeah.
I think we're going to stop here. You have your job. You have a week to do it in.
And we've got like an hour to discuss how we're going to cinematic it out.
No, you don't. You roll it. Nav just runs in, stabs you a bunch of times.
And then takes your ring.
Exactly. Yeah.
You just... Yeah.
And then followed up by Shiv going to the library. Hello, mother.
Yeah, no, he's definitely going to be informed by a certain highly cybernetic elf that you will not go and fuck with your family.
That's also probably a decent plan.
Yeah, that's also a very smart plan. Plus, it frees him. If his family believes that he's dead, they're not going to be putting money into trying to mess
Kill
with
him.
him.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, they should just get a video of it. Like, Shiv should just put up a camcorder saying, somebody of Riley saying, somebody offered me 100,000 credits off you. Only 100,000?
No, see, here's what you do, just to fuck with them even further. A few levels later, after they think everything's calmed down and that you're actually dead. Guess what, fuckers?
You actually believed you could stop me?
No, you know what you do? You fill every screen with, like, the max headroom version of your face, just laughing at them.
Oh my god.
But
You know what?
no,
Dude,
hold on. Here's a better one first. Do that idea, but at first, oh, you thought you could kill me, and then do the fucking, oh shit, I gotta remember the name. Ned from Jurassic Park. That
You didn't say the magic word.
yes.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
Favorite. Hate this
Ooh,
hacker crap.
I'm gonna write a cinematic.
Next
That's
headroom
gonna be
haven't
funny.
had reference for that long time. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I hear that.
Oh god,
I hear that
that would
reference
be fucking hilarious.
often.
Well, yep. So, let's finish this out. Cormac, what are you thinking? Because I know you need to go soon. So, what are you thinking about what's happened today with your character and whatnot?
Things went basically as planned, so I'm good.
Okay. Shiv.
Things are getting interesting and heated really quickly.
Yes, you've made enemies.
And this time it's not even I mean, when your family puts you in an asylum, your family's your.
Yeah, I need to actually hop.
I imagine the only reason they want the ring is because they don't want it to be considered family warfare, since nobody really goes after the librarians.
There's a reason why they want the ring. Right, and let's go with you, and then I'll go back to Shiv.
Yeah, because I need to hop off and I should call Circle K.
So,
I have no clue when I work tomorrow.
yeah, so what did you think of your part and what's going on?
Absolutely fucking loved it. It was just like, just the imagery of him flying the car, stopping in midair, looking straight over. Jacob, do you want to fly?
Oh, you got the flying car. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, having the same discourse that Obi-Wan and Anakin have in Attack of the Clones.
I officially even have my own factory now, so.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And I will be getting a cult following, which will be my workers.
Yeah, your craftsman guild.
Your Craftsman's Guild, yep.
Or sci-fi equivalent. Engineering
Alright.
firm?
Anything else? Because I know you have to head off.
I will say I'm actually rather enjoying this. I'm kind of curious to see how it's gonna go, because like I'm just thinking to myself, if I just get the word of radiation, I could probably get away with getting free power.
Well, it will take time. and we'll discuss that at another time. It's you're getting your start. That's what's happening. Is you're getting your start of something new. Okay. Ryden, if you need to go, thank you for being here. I appreciate it.
I do appreciate the game. It's always fun.
I'm glad. All right, Ignis.
I mean, the dragon is putting together a dragon lair with his dragon following.
Yeah.
Now all you need is a princess to capture.
Bitch, I will kill you. Oh wait, we have Riley. We're good.
Oh, true. We just kidnapped Riley. Let's go. Oh man,
Me flails.
I'm having a lot of fun though. This part of Godbound to me is Godbound. Like, this is the main draw of the system. I'm really happy that it seems like everyone's buying into it pretry well.
Yeah. It's just, I am apologizing again that I'm so tired. Otherwise, there'd be a lot more going on. But I think I like your idea of the dragon's lair. It's awesome.
The Crimson Tower.
Crimson Tower. That's awesome. I love it. And the fact that you're going to use dragoons, that's interesting. So, in my world, in my universe, dragoons are kind of like the lizard men. They're all chromatic looking, but they're like lizard men. And they do have the ability to breathe fire.
I also remember you said they have wings too, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Cool. Do they eat people? Because that's what lizard folk are known for.
They do eat meat. Now, do they eat people?
It really depends on who you fist on.
I want you to go into any Forgotten Realms or Pathfinder game, take a character, walk up to lizard folk, and say, "Hey, you eat people," and then I want to watch what happens to your character.
That'd be good.
Sure, are you volunteering?
Carmack will laugh as your face
like,
is peeled off and eaten.
It's like, no, but today I'll make an exception. Oh man.
You basically just dropped right into the stereotype of lizard folk. And like the bad one that isn't true.
It isn't?
No.
Well,
I mean, like,
I learned.
Obviously, in earlier, like, more primitive, like, settlements of, like, lizard folk exists, where it's like, yeah, they'll like hunt and kill people, but like that is by far the minority.
But I'm also assuming that in order to hire a bunch of dragoons, you need to have money.
Well, that's the thing though. Like, it's not really being done with money, because the way it's in my head is like they are being naturally drawn to Ignis, because Ignis is like their natural leader as the only true dragon in this area.
Yeah,
it's like kobolds flocking to a dragon.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, like, honestly, exactly.
Kobolds worship dragons?
Yes. Vehemently.
Because kobolds have the draconic subtype in both D&D 5e and Pathfinder.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. Huh. Never faced a kobold, so I didn't know that.
Kobolds are basically just tiny dragonborn.
They're like goblin dragons.
Yeah.
I just assumed they were another type of goblin.
They're dragoons. You have dragoons that are coming and flocking to your area. Your lair is starting to definitely look like a dragon lair.
Because it's kind of where that case where it's like, sure, Ignis was always a dragon, but when he gained this divinity, he's now living up to the stereotypes, or he is amassing that power in ways that may not be so he can't hide it anymore, as it were. It's like, sure, these dragoons don't know, like, he hasn't shown them his dragon form, but it's almost like they're instinctively drawn to him, even if they may not know why.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, they'd be like, we're drawn to this human because we perceive him like a dragon. They just haven't actually clicked that he is a dragon.
Yeah.
Now,
And
So
it's
as,
like,
so as the story goes on, the dragon facade or the human facade is going to become a lot harder to hide.
I mean, that was always going to be the case. I'm not going to play a dragon and then never transform into a dragon.
Yeah, he's being as subtle as a dragon. A
there's
That's
dragon
fair.
is like nothing more than big showy shows of power.
Well,
Like-
he's legitimately playing a red dragon near correctly. They are, despite being the most hot-headed and most like ferocious, they are the second most ones to use subtlety and manipulation,
yeah.
next to the blue dragons.
So he's doing it right. Give him time. He will eventually turn into a dragon.
It's just like, as I told Nav, it has to be dramatically appropriate.
Because he's
Yeah.
also a dragon, and that's how dragons operate.
He's going to be a massive drama dragon.
Hell yeah, I'm a drama lizard.
Well, no, I'm not making that joke.
All right. So Riley, you were last. What did you think of what's going on?
Well, I'm also quite interested. I'm more interested now in the Dominion thing, because as I said before, like I was having a lot of trouble thinking like, how can I do something with Dominion that actually works for the character?
Mm-hmm.
And like after having the discussion last night with Ignis, and he explained a lot of how it works, then started thinking, so like for all it's mechanically a cult, it can be like in universe a company that I'm running. And then I suddenly thought, like, that's exactly how Big Boss sets up, Diamond Dogs in Metal Gear 5 and MSF prior, which is not Doctors Without Borders. They actually call that out. But yeah, because it's that whole thing, like, because it's the cult of personality that draws people to that character, thus creating the almost cult-like PMC around him, and it's like that could definitely work for how that could be expressed in the system, because yeah, like as Ignis was explaining how Dominion works, it's like that is a really, really interesting hook. They totally should have led with that in Godbound, I think. This is why you want to play this system over something else.
Yeah, it's like the draw of the game. It's the cool, like, Godbound is cool, don't get me wrong, but like, if you want to play like high-powered hack and slash, you can do that in any number of other systems.
Exalted.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could be a superhero and Exalted, but this is Godbound. This is where you're starting to exude your power, your ability, your influence on the universe.
Exalted.
Yeah,
The system where I legitimately made a GM cry because he couldn't damage me.
That's like I think I explained it to you like this, where it's like, Godbound are strong creatures, don't get me wrong, but they're not the strongest fish in the ocean, not by a long shot.
Right.
But people don't worship Godbound because they can beat up other things. They worship Godbound because they have influence and dominion, and they are the only creatures that can do these feats. Like, I'm not going to worship fucking what?
Technically, parasite gods and maid gods can too, but
Well, yeah, but like, okay, sure. Can you worship a maid god or a parasite god? You could. They're not
It's a
going to
maid
see your
god.
soul for salvation when you die, though. They're
No.
just going to kill it or
and
eat
they also don't care about you like Godbound do.
Yeah,
What
where
is
it's
a
like
maid god?
It's exactly what it sounds like.
Like
exactly
an
what it
artificial
sounds
god?
like.
Yep.
So, like, say somebody builds a giant robot and gives it god.
No. They are still people.
Oh.
Or at least the base was. They
You'll
may
fuck-
have-
you'll meet
You also
one
can't have the
eventually.
machine god, because that's me.
So anyway,
But yeah, it's like people worship the Godbound because like they can promise you salvation after death. They give you some hope for the afterlife. They can make the trains run on time without having to eat babies for fuel.
mhm.
Like they really can make the setting a better place where people want to live.
or worse
Or they can make
place.
it a much worse place and
Like-
rule through fear.
Like,
Yeah.
for instance, like the dichotomy between Ignis and Cormac, with Ignis basically centralizing his power and bringing in this huge army, where Cormac is more decentralized, and it's like the downtrodden and the common people that are starting to flock to him. Not because he even tried, just because he's out there doing things that align with their beliefs.
Yeah. So like, oh damn, this guy is like giving us free water. Like we should revere this guy or congregate around this individual.
Yeah.
So this is
Holy
exactly why we are taking the next couple weeks, besides the fact that I am moving and I need the time, to just celebrate and start to exude your domain and influence onto the world. And we will do some role plays on how things start to work for you.
I can't wait to see where the plot thread with just that random kid in the thrall go.
That's actually gonna be a very interesting one, I'll tell you that.
Because now Shiv actually has Shiv and Riley basically have a parallel to the kid. They're basically nobodies at this point. Or rather, they don't have anywhere to go except for where they work. Riley's got the guild, which she's going to be taking over. Because, why wouldn't you?
That's gonna be, well, that's not gonna be right away, so we'll see how that goes.
We'll see how that goes. I mean, I'm totally fine with essentially like the character gaining some fame and then going off to set up their own thing, even if that means it's it would be in opposition to Merc Guild.
Opposition to the vision.
Yeah, like I mean, if it happens, because I mean, as I say, I see like the thing that she sets up being like, how the modern world has PMCs for ex-soldiers and stuff. Most of the people that work for them are ex-military, like that kind of thing.
So basically what I'm doing is I'm starting to set you guys up so that you can show how you are doing the influence. It's not going to be right away. It's not going to be like, oh, these people are flocking to you right now. No.
It's over time.
We're going to be talking about it over time. You're going to have a few scenes where it shows how you're doing it. I'm not going to just keep it at this is happening. So today was basically you're telling me what's going on with your characters. Next week I start setting up scenes that go with how that worked. So that's how it is going to happen. All right, we good?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate. This was Godbound Opus Trust Issues, episode 8. A start of a new thing. Okay, let's see. Who can we raid, or are we not raiding anybody? Because there's hardly anybody on sometimes.
I got Megrim and Hellfather are on.
Oh, cool. That's good to know.
Oh, good news. I have my character planned out to level 9, except for the facts. That's only planned out to
Wow. That's amazing. Yeah. I gotta talk to both you and Shiv after this. If you want to talk.
Alright. I don't need to hide it. I've decided to take the line that Nav said and become the punch god, so I'm just gonna take all 4 of the elemental stripes.
Let's go, Cormac the Avatar.
I think we're gonna go to raid the Hellfather tonight.
And then the underground attack.
And here is the raid message.
Are you kidding me?
Here's
the underground would fucking love Cormac.
I mean, the whole thing is they do, like, if they were aware of them, I don't know how aware of them they are, but they do have aligned goals. It's more Cormac likes to be annoying to Devereaux.
Yeah.
That's the only real strife that's...
Oh, no,
at least
sorry.
as far as I've seen.
Sorry, I went wrong. I meant, like, the underground is like the mines.
Okay.
Oh, you're talking about the elf place.
All
yeah,
right,
because they're...
let's go and raid now, and thank you all for being here. I appreciate it, and here it is. Goodbye.
Cormac is basically throat punching their oppressors.
All right, we're out.
Yeah, but he's still